Morning, Jake.
Hey Adam, how you doing?
Doing good. It's cool. I'm early.
All right, so since you're the first guinea pig in, what do you, when you're able to, what do you see on the screen right now? I want to make sure everything's showing up.
I see something that's, let me zoom out a little bit. I see something that says Project Clock, a bunch of orbs that look like they're from Magic Carpet, if you remember that game.
Vaguely.
Yeah.
All right, and then
And the Quiet Year like 4 times.
okay, and then if you scroll to the bottom, do you see text there where it has everyone's name and contempt after it?
Yep.
Okay, cool. And if you hover over one of those decks, does like a little card pop out of the top?
It says Autumn Draw, Winter Draw, Spring Draw, and Summer Draw, and yeah, a card pops out the top of it.
Okay, cool. And if you click on the card that pops up, does it show you what the card is?
I'm going to click Autumn.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, I have to. Oh
Okay.
man, that is small.
Sweet, and it does show it. Oh, if you click on the card, it makes it bigger. Like
Oh, there we go.
after it's revealed, yeah, and it does let everyone else look at it too, which is good. That's what I wanted to check. Okay.
Yep.
And I'll go ahead and shuffle that back into the deck. Okay, sweet. Yeah, I think everything's ready to go once everyone's here then.
Cool. So how was your Friday?
Pretty good. It was mostly work and then making sure this was all prepped and ready to go.
I was at Winter Beer Fest.
Oh, nice. How was that?
Above 9%.
Nice. Like pretty much everything.
Yeah. I like the good, strong
Leslie.
flavor of winter beers.
Hi.
But man, they are not light.
Yeah. Yeah, I like Winter's okay. I don't really have a palate for them, so they're all kind of samey for me.
Oh yeah, no. In my humble opinion, winter beer season is best beer season.
Mm-hmm.
Hi, Steve.
Yeah, last time it took Steve longer than anybody to load in. For some reason, it took him like 2 or 3 minutes, so hopefully he pops in soon. I don't think he can hear us yet.
Yeah, I figured. I do like how the stack of chairs behind me makes it look like I'm doing this from a janitorial closet.
Oh, nice. I hadn't processed what that was.
Yep.
Yeah, I decided to move my webcam so it was more straight on so people could see my face better, but it also does show my bed and all the crap I have in my dresser, including my bag and my prescriptions, so...
I can make your corn more faster.
Oh, no, it's fine.
Oh, I'm laughing about it now. Ta-da!
And a microphone stand I accidentally stole from Seattle's Best Karaoke.
Oh, nice. Oh, I thought he meant you, like, for the microphone you were currently using.
Nope, that's a mic stand, and what else can you see? The tip of the sword from Devil May Cry 3, and a bag that has a hammock.
Nice. Is that Rebellion in DMC3, or is that one?
Rebellion's in, like...
All of them?
I think it's in all of them.
Okay. Oh, bye, Steve. Hello again, Steve.
Well, it was fun while it lasted.
Hey, there, you're showing up now.
I was saying,
Yay!
I could see me, but I couldn't see you guys, so I just left and came back in. Apparently, that's what I have to do with this computer.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, that's what you had to do last time.
Yep, turn it off and on again.
Yep. Well, not even turn it off and on. Just leave the game and come back. And just have to get 2 runs at it, I guess.
All the Velcro from the old sound baffling in that room, it looks like you have a secret Morse code message behind you.
It does.
Yeah, I was. Where the hell are you, Steve?
I am in the recording studio that the previous owner built in my house.
Makes sense.
It used to be the garage, and they took all the baffling down. But there's literally like right here is like a window to like a control room and shit. That's literally a room for recording, but we turned it into a workout room.
Yep.
I keep trying to convince everyone to turn it into a sex dungeon, but no one seems.
I mean, it's pretty perfect for a sex dungeon.
Yeah.
There's like a room with a window right here.
Yep.
But then we wouldn't have any storage in the house at all.
I mean, we all have to make sacrifices.
You have to make sacrifices for the sex dungeon.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think any of my stuff's in that room, so I'm fine.
On the list of shit you have to sacrifice, like, I mean, what price wouldn't you pay for a sex dungeon? That's my question. And apparently I have my answer. Like,
yeah, right? Oh, what are these dots?
Those are going to be... Do you remember contempt tokens from last time
Oh,
we played Quiet Year?
Yeah, I do.
Yeah, if you scroll down, there's a spot for everyone to drag those to. Oh, would one of you try dragging one of those tokens around? Make sure you have, like, permission to.
On it.
I can't. I tried already.
I cannot.
Okay, if you hover over the like cube icon second from the top on the left, which thing is selected? Are you on objects and tokens?
Cube icon. Oof.
I'm on the cursor. Select move.
Next one down. What options do you have for that?
Draw shape, freehand, polygon line, text.
Oh, okay. That's right. That's an option that only I get as the GM. Interesting.
There we go.
Let me see if I can do something to make those tokens public.
And to answer a previous question, Rebellion only appeared in every Devil May Cry except one.
Oh, what was the sword called in one?
So the primary sword you use most of the game is called Alistair. That's the lightning sword. Otherwise, the normal-ass sword is Force Edge, and it turns into Sparta.
Oh, weird. I would have sworn to God it was called Rebellion. I do not remember Alistair at all.
Yeah, that was the lightning sword that you use for... If you're using a sword, that's what you use for like 90% of the game.
Gotcha.
Hey, Marty.
Hey, Marty.
He's here. Oh, it might be the same situation that I had where he has to leave. Oh,
Hey.
Are you in?
Hello.
Hey!
Hey, nice.
You made it.
Hey, Marty.
Oh, excellent.
Good morning, Marty.
Okay.
Have we 1, 2, 3 go on the recording yet?
Not yet. Waiting for everyone to get in. Jesse and Anthea should be here shortly, it sounds like.
Awesome.
Yeah,
I think you're also recording everything on your end, right?
Yeah. I'm recording the like the Roll20 session. So I'll get all the audio here. Worst case scenario.
Okay, so that's your backup.
Cool.
Yeah.
In case somebody fails.
Either way.
Mm-hmm. And does everyone have headphones? I think I'm hearing some feedback on someone's end.
That's probably me. I do. Hang on a second.
I can get them real quick. Give me a sec.
Thank you.
I have my headphones on, and you can't see them because of my hair.
Yeah.
There we go.
Volume's okay on your end, Jake?
Yeah. As far as I can tell, it's not.
Cool.
It sounds a little blown out, but I think that's just Roll20. It doesn't have the best audio codec, so
Okay.
probably fine. As long as you're not peaking when you look at your Audacity, you're good.
I haven't started Audacity yet, so I don't know.
Oh yeah. Go ahead and start it whenever.
Okay.
We'll do a synchronization clap at one point, so that like there's a distinguishing audio like profile point, and then I'll sync it all up to that and cut everything off before it.
Okay.
Cool.
All right.
Did this take care of the feedback issue?
Let me try saying something really loud. Yeah, it seems like it did. Thank you.
Oh, cool.
Okay. Let's see. Yeah, my Audacity seems fine. It's maybe... Yeah, the problem is, like you said, my voice has probably the biggest
Do,
volume modulation of anybody.
Yeah. Yeah, well,
I am here to challenge you in that position.
That's probably accurate. It's reasonable.
One of the people I was hanging out with last night, I was asking a common friend who's louder during sports events, and it was the first time the answer wasn't me.
Oh, that's exciting.
Yeah, it's good to know that bar technically goes higher.
Yeah, nice. Jake, I still can't move the doodly dads.
oh yeah, I think I'm just now getting it sorted out. It should be
Okay.
soon.
The doobly doos.
Yeah, the doodly doos.
All but one of them should disappear.
Yep.
That
Bye,
one.
Doc.
Can you move this new one or this one that's still there?
No.
Oh wait.
Not with the cursor.
Okay.
Not
now,
with my mind either.
now can you move it?
Yes.
Okay, sweet.
Oh, there's like a that's exciting. I can't even. Oh, there's all sorts of shit I can do with it apparently now.
Did any of you guys shot in the dark like 90s era like FPS kind of called Magic Carpet?
No, never heard of that.
Yeah. I'm gonna sit on an island on this one then.
I mostly know it from Giant Bomb referencing it a bunch.
Well, it was a great game. You can summon volcanoes on people's castles. It was cool.
It sounds like Black and White kind of.
Yeah. Yeah, that's Anyway, you fought other duders on Magic Carpets and you gathered their mana orbs and they looked exactly like that.
And it might literally be that. I think this is this token. These are automatically generated from Google when I search. I forgot what I searched. It might have just been the word fire because orb and token didn't bring up anything useful. Weirdly enough.
What are these? There's these buttons above it that look like maybe I could change the color? I don't know.
No idea. You can type numbers into it.
What the fuck?
Yeah, I'm still figuring out a lot of this stuff.
Cool. Alright. That's
Like
all
this is
very
what they look
exciting.
like in the. Oh, they are marginally different.
Oh yeah.
It sounds like Jesse and Anthea are working on it. Working on getting in.
Yeah.
Yep.
Oh
Wow.
if-
Sorry, I just go ahead.
I'll say if folks haven't yet, we're probably while waiting for folks. If you go to the public drive, I can paste the link again and look over the questions to answer while playing Quiet Year. It's just a few things to keep in mind while we're playing. I just posted it in the chat.
Cool.
something. Whales that communicate by taste. Something.
Yeah.
Hey, Anthea.
I think
Turning it on and off again helps.
yeah. Adam, I followed your link and that game it's old.
Oh, yeah, that's like when I said it's like a 90s game, I really
Yeah.
meant it's a
I
90s
just
game.
forgot what 90s games look like.
Yeah. I cannot emphasize hard enough how 2D those orbs are.
Yeah, because this was like contemporary with Doom, wasn't it?
Jesus.
That's a good. It's later than Doom. $1994.
Okay, so it's like a year or two after? 3? Doom was 91, 92, something?
Adam and
93.
Steve, are you
yeah,
guys getting
year
audio?
after.
I mean, Jake and Steve, are you getting audio from Adam? Because I'm not.
Oh, I am getting audio from Adam.
I'm getting audio from Adam.
I'm definitely hearing half of the conversation.
Interesting. If you hover over Adam, is there a bar that is empty that you can move up and down?
The bar doesn't appear. I get it for Jake and Steve. I do not get it for Adam, Anthea, or Jesse yet.
Is Adam a static image for you or a camera feed?
That is nope, static image.
Okay, go ahead
okay.
and refresh then. Or hit back and go back in.
Okay, let's see what happens.
No. This is exciting.
Oh no, I pressed a button. What would I do?
Did that work, Marty?
I got a part.
I mean,
So Anthea and Jesse still aren't loaded in for anyone yet. If you see Adam now, then you should be good.
I have Anthea and Jesse and Steve and Jake. I still don't have Adam.
Oh.
I shaved for this.
Oh, interesting. So you have Anthea and Jesse's audio and video?
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, okay. So I think in the
You're
future,
the only one who can.
in the future we might use Discord instead of Roll20. I didn't realize with this many people it might. How about just everyone hit refresh?
Yeah.
There we go. That
Yeah.
helped.
Oh, I see.
I need to turn it on and off.
Hey!
All right, and I see
I see
everyone.
you.
Hey,
Hey, I
everyone's
see
here now.
everybody.
Yay!
exciting.
I see
Yes.
everybody
Oh.
but Marty.
We did it. I just got
There
Marty.
we go. Hi!
Oh, nice.
Yes.
Yeah!
We have a seventh
Oh.
with us too.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
there's God's mistake.
Yeah.
Okay.
She's a good abomination. Hi!
Hello. All right. So first things first. Is everyone now recording with Audacity?
No.
I'm
Yes.
going to turn that on now.
Have not started recording, but I'm ready to start whenever we're ready.
Oh yeah. Go ahead
I
and hit record now.
I am currently recording.
How do I get rid
And
of
my
my old
audio
track?
levels are right.
gotcha.
Yay!
Recording is go.
All right. And once everyone's recording, in your browser, go to the website time.is. Time.is.
Time.is.
What time is it right now.com?
Nope. That might also work, but
That's for BoJack Horseman.
oh right, yeah, no, oh right, yeah, that is actually a website, and it's time.is.
Jesus Christ. Of course it is. Why wouldn't it be?
Hey, it's useful for syncing up podcasts.
Also, it's being fucking judgy about my clock on my computer.
It says my time is exact.
I
Oh, me
recently
too.
had the
It's
I
also
recently
added,
had the opportunity to
How
go
is
to
my-
whenishanukkah.com.
this website's also advertising me a Blart Side of the Mall T-shirt. So, Steve, would appreciate that.
I'm
What are
excited
you
about that.
doing with your internet?
Downloading Paul Blart Mall Cop 2 and Dark Side of the Moon to sync up.
I'm sorry.
Wow.
Oh, no.
Right.
That's my fault. I'm sorry.
All right, so is everyone on time.is? Do they see it saying 10, 12, 30, 1, 2?
3,
hold on.
4.
Sorry, I'm trying to make
5,
sure I don't blow
6,
out my recording
7.
again.
Oh, yeah.
It's been pretty bad. Hold on. Adjusting. Okay. Time.is. All right, I'm seeing it.
All right, so everyone good? Say no if you're not there.
Yes. Oh, sorry.
All right, so at 13:10, everyone clap in front of their microphone.
Oh, wait.
Cool.
9.
I'm gonna try not to fuck it up.
All right, I heard one super late clap. Was that accurate on your end, or did you miss the 10? It's okay either way.
I heard it, but I don't think I did it.
All right, let's do another one
Right.
just to be safe. Let's do it at 13:40 also.
Okay.
Okay.
All right, that sounded pretty good.
Yeah.
All right, so
Good enough.
welcome to the first
Close enough for
game.
Jazz.
Yay!
Hey, yay!
Any last minute outstanding pertinent questions before we get going?
No pertinent questions.
Yeah, yeah, lots of questions that are not pertinent.
Yeah, all right.
I have a mountain of nonsense.
So just very basic, RPG/life thing to keep in mind. Something that's I feel is important for RPGs, you might know, is it's called Veils and Crosses. It's if you're not comfortable with something that's going on in the scene, you can just go like this. And it's like, oh hey, cool. That's something that's not kosher for this person. We'll move on to something else. And then Veils is like, hey, let's draw a veil over the scene. I feel like it's it's a good scene, but let's call it here. This seems like a good point. Both for narrative reasons or if it's starting to move towards territory you're uncomfortable with.
Oh, like yellow and red?
Yeah, kind of.
Okay.
But the yellow isn't just for
Me.
This doesn't work for me.
The
It's-
scene. Yeah.
Okay. Also, someone has audio in the background.
I was just gonna say, it's, yeah.
Sounds like a TV or something, maybe.
Let me try
It
one
might
thing.
be,
Let me try one
yeah,
thing
it
really
might
quick
be
and change
me.
it.
My microphone has a tendency to pick up radio frequency, so it
Oh,
could be
interesting.
me.
Okay.
Wait, what?
Wow.
Yeah,
That sounds like
That's
a
a neat
regular
trick.
game.
probably if that shows up in the recording, I'm gonna go ahead and invest in a better microphone.
All right.
After today, but yeah.
All right. And so as far as like introductions go, I'm gonna say let's save that for the first like real episode. This one's probably gonna be, if it works at all, if I'm actually able to mix the audio together and everything works miraculously, it's probably gonna be a bonus episode. So
Cool.
hello, if anyone's listening.
In the future?
Yeah. Yeah, because it's weird. We aren't just talking to each other. This is like theoretically radio. We're famous now. People are listening to us talk to each other and play games. Isn't that weird? Yeah.
I saw your false on the picture show.
Well, they won't be seeing the video. Although I am recording video. Maybe that'll be like an extra special bonus episode. Will be the Roll20 feed. Except it
It'll
won't.
be like that'll be like the Patreon extra.
Yeah, but
Yeah,
that would
exactly.
be really weird because
Yeah.
it wouldn't have my voice because OBS is recording my desktop audio and Roll20 doesn't have my voice transmitting. So it
Maybe
will be
it's for
really
like the
weird.
extra expensive VIP people who don't want to listen to you.
Oh
You
yeah,
never know.
oh yeah. But then you can get this super platinum Patreon tier where I sync
You
my
don't
voice
hear Jake.
back into.
And then you can say whatever you want at that point.
Yeah, that's true. I'm just gonna get. Nah, I'm not. No, that's a bad joke.
And we'll call that one the drugs edition, the one with no DM.
Well, all right. Let's get to the explanation of the quiet year because we could fuck around all day here.
Thank you.
So I'm going to be going roughly through the PDF. I'll be glazing over it, but if you want to open it and follow along, feel free. If not, that is cool. So broadly, what the Quiet Year is, it describes itself as a map drawing game. I see it more as like a world building game. When we're done with this, we'll have a fully drawn out city for us to play Blades in the Dark in.
Nice.
It's the conceit of the game is it takes place over a year of relative calm that is sort of bookended by conflict. So we come in like some conflict, some war has just come to a close or armistice or ceasefire or something, and we're working to build the community back up over this quiet year. At the end of the year in winter, someone called the Frost Shepherd will arrive. We'll figure out who that is when it happens. It's best to not have an idea of who that is while you're playing. Once we get to that point, hopefully it'll be clear who the Frost Shepherds are.
Shepherd.
And if you have any questions, please stop me. I have, honestly, Steve should probably be explaining this because he's a professional explainer. But I
It
have
is a Saturday. I don't have to do that today.
That's fair. That's fair. This is Steve time right now.
Yeah, right. Not explaining things. No, I could.
No. It's all right. But I have a tendency to kind of bowl through things, so feel free to chime up if I'm going over something or if you want clarification. So yeah, when we start, before we actually start playing the game, we'll lay out a basic terrain. I also should have said I'm not going to be playing in this. It recommends at most 4 people, and we have 6. So we can make 5 work, and I'll just kind of try to facilitate things and move things along.
Okay.
So before we start, we'll talk about what kind of terrain we're in. The one thing I am going to contribute is this should be a harbor or port city. I like the idea of that, and I think Blades in the Dark, it wants you to be in London, basically, so having a port, I think, helps with the vibe.
You can have docks to go do shady business at.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah, so before we start, everyone will go around and just sketch one thing on the terrain that they want. It'll be a smaller thing. I think Quiet Year recommends less than an inch square. And then once we do that, we'll start drawing from the deck. And we'll go turn by turn, person by person. And what a turn entails is, first you draw that card. It'll have typically two things on it you can do. It'll be do A or B. You'll pick which one you do and just do what the card says. It can be lots of different things. Sometimes it's
figuratively and literally beneath Canada.
Always.
Someone
That's
else
really
is
broadcast.
really
He's
coming
not
in.
even from Canada. That's this week on Livewire. And that's at noon today.
It's probably mine. I'm probably fucking this up.
46 degrees.
That's okay.
Rain at 10:20.
Let's talk about the temperature in Canada.
Support for NPR comes from
That's NPR.
station.
Oh, no, that's-
Livewire on NPR.
That's definitely not me.
Offering a streamlined shopping
Let
experience
me see.
where home and auto can be bundled together. Now that's progressive.
Wait a minute, you're telling me
it's
home
coming
and
up.
auto can be bundled together.
Progressive.
It's
The
showing
NPR
as your
Club,
transmission,
where
Jesse.
every
Oh,
month
that
tells
sounds
a
great.
story. NPR
So I'm gonna unplug my good microphone.
Okay,
Hey, it stopped.
that did stop the NPR.
Let's call.
Yay, first day tech.
Oh, okay,
Okay,
we
right.
can hear you again now, Jesse.
How to bundle home and auto.
Can you try talking again, Jesse? I think we can hear you now.
Yeah. Does this work?
Yes,
Yeah.
it does.
Okay.
Hey,
Do I have to
um,
fix my Oh no, that's still going. Okay, we're good.
Okay, yeah. So you're saying Audacity's still picking you up?
Yep.
Okay, cool. Then let me get back to the explanation. And any questions so far? While we have a moment.
Mechanically, how are we drawing something? Are we drawing something on? Yeah.
Right, I went over this with Adam, but I've got to with everyone else.
Fantastic, thank you.
On your screen, do you see on the right side, there's like 4 little rectangles that say Quiet Year on them?
Yes.
If you hover over them, is there an option that either says Draw, or can you click on a little card that pops up at the top?
Yeah, it looks like both, and they seem to be connected to the seasons, which
Yes.
is the game thing as well. Okay,
Correct,
cool.
yeah. So go ahead and try. Anyone who wants to just click on the card that pops out of the top. It should flip over, and then
Hey, look at that.
and then you can click on it again. Everyone should be able to click on it and read a more detailed. It should pop up bigger on the screen so you can actually read it.
Oh,
Okay.
Nice.
okay.
You feel free to mess around with that. I can shuffle the decks back in afterwards, so feel free to just poke around at that while I'm talking.
Tito.
Yeah, so you can see, looking at them, that's an example. Like, when a turn starts, a person will draw from the current season we're on. We'll go through winter, summer, autumn, not that order, real season order, and until we exhaust the deck. And then in winter, it'll stop when we hit the King of Winter, which is the Frost Shepherds appearing.
Okay.
So what we do on a turn, draw the card, do what the text says. Then project dices are reduced, or project clocks are increased in our case. I'll get to that when we talk about projects. And then the active player does one of 3 things. You can discover something new, hold a discussion, or start a project. Discovering something new is you basically just put something on the map. We'll never put words on the map, but we'll draw something that just represents something new in the community. It can be literally anything. It can be a new person. It can be a new building. It can be whatever you want to talk about. The examples it gives is a self-declared prophet arrives. Some wailing noises come from the forest at night. Just interesting new things in the city. You can also hold a discussion. What the game recommends it for, what you hold the discussion for is things that are already on the map. But I also like to use it as kind of a leading discussion to introduce something new still. So you could say, why did this prophet arrive? What should we do about this prophet? And so on. So it can both introduce something new and then we can talk about it. Basically, the difference I see it as introducing something new or discovering something new is you taking authority, saying this is how something is, this is a new thing, and this is how it is. Holding a discussion is kind of opening up. It's like, hey, here's this new thing. How does the community feel about this? And then the third thing you can do is starting a project, which is also introducing something to the map, but it's something that is like a bigger scale. Something that the community would have to work together on to have, to be able to accomplish it. The examples it gives is we're converting an old mine shaft into cold food storage, or we're hunting down those wolves that are menacing the community. And yeah, so that's things that'll take between 1 and 6 weeks, so between 1 and 6 turns to complete, depending on how, how big of an undertaking that it is. And I think the last thing we need to talk about is the game has a concept of resources. Something else we'll do after I'm done explaining before we start, we'll each introduce a resource that's important to the community. We won't. It'll be either abundant or scarce. The fact that it's important means that it's something the community keeps track of, and it'll either be a scarcity that we're trying to cope with or trying to remedy, and it'll be an abundance, which is like something we could use to justify these are the projects we want to do because we have so much lumber we can make some more boats or something like that. And the very last concept, this is not a big gameplay thing, I think it's more for fun really, is the concept of contempt. Those are the little tokens you see in the upper left. If someone does something that you don't like or you don't feel is good for the community, you can't do anything about it, and you can't say anything to stop them. It is their turn, they get to do whatever they want to. But you can take a piece of contempt saying, hey, that was a shitty thing to do. And then on your turn, if you want to do something shitty that is selfish and not for the community, you can spend a piece of contempt and be like, hey, well, fuck y'all, I didn't like when you closed down my brothel, so I'm going to open 5 more brothels right next to the church. I'm going to spend this contempt to do it.
but Black Dynamite, I sell drugs to the community.
Exactly. So I have you might have to zoom out to see it, but at the bottom I have little contempt zones for everyone that you should be able to drag those contempt tokens down to keep track of how many.
Awesome.
And I think that's the basics of the Quiet Year. Does anyone have any questions before we draw out our starting features and get our starting resources?
I do.
I'm gonna grab one more cup of coffee.
Oh yeah.
I'll be right back.
Well, people
Should
are doing
I
that. I'm going to
hold
refill
my
my water.
question until Anthony gets back?
Okay.
I'm gonna also get more tea.
All right.
Instead of taking a break.
Does this mean that they didn't bring sandwiches and Coca-Cola Classic and a payday to the actual computer? Because I did.
I mean, this is some people's first rodeo, Jesse. You have to be gentle on the newbies.
Head of the class, Jesse Noons. Head of the class.
I mean, you could take a contempt for that, Jesse.
Really?
Yeah, why not?
I can take one? No, nobody has to give it to me?
Correct. Yeah, no, contempt is like, because I guess I should have emphasized, like, when it's your turn, it is your turn. Like, people can like say it's like, oh, I think this would be interesting, but it's your call what you do in the community. So that's what contempt is for. Is like, oh, I wish that person hadn't done that, or I feel like that wasn't good for the community. So you decide when you take contempt.
No, that's fine. I don't need contempt.
That's not what I want to do.
Yeah, I'm hoping my absurdly large mug of water will be enough to hold me through.
Yeah.
Hi, Steve's arm. Bye, Steve's arm.
Oh, everybody's back. Okay,
Yes.
cool. I did.
Okay.
Hi.
We weren't waiting for you or anything.
Yeah, cool.
All right.
You definitely weren't bullying everything.
I'm just
up.
going to believe that and move on. My question was, do we have any starting, since we're kind of using a starting kind of game idea already, do we have any starting places, things we need to consider, or boundaries we need to stay in because of the game world?
Nah, I think just there is a dock, there is a harbor, there's a port. Like there is some water shipping industry. Other than that, I guess kind of the questions to answer document that I had is like there are ghosts here. Like that's something the setting has. So that's why it kind of the leading question, why are there ghosts here? Is something we should try to answer. Any of these we don't answer, I will, either discuss it with you guys before the first session or figure out, on my end, why does the setting have ghosts?
Okay, like technology level, and we're staying just in the city. We're only working on the city, yeah.
Right now, yes. Like we could theoretically branch out, but there is at least going to be this central city, is where we will at least start from.
Cool.
And I similarly have been because I was spending yesterday writing up my character bio, and I've been kind of assuming a steampunk diesel punk aesthetic, but I want to check in and see if that is accurate to other people's brains, and or if that's sort of what we're going to be figuring out in this session is what technology level are we actually at.
Yeah, so that is, something I do want to encourage is that is, you're correct, that is kind of what this session is for. Great, okay. The setting does assume basically semi-magical steampunk, but we can fudge that as hard as we want to. We can, make it higher or lower magic than that if we so desire.
Cool. Okay, cool. Sounds good.
Yeah. So
I think I have a logistical question. I'm sorry to interrupt you, Jake.
No, go ahead.
Finish the statement. I have a logistical question about if I have to blow my nose or if I have to take a sip of water. I don't know how much is showing up on audio. I can see this cute little blue line on roll 20, but I don't know protocols around recording. Obviously.
Yeah. So it will as long as you try to do it away from your microphone. When I'm going through the recording, I can just kind of any audio that doesn't reach a certain threshold, I can just kind of purge and flatten out. So if it's quieter than your speaking voice, and if it's kind of separated, if there's kind of a gap between you saying something and coughing or sneezing or whatever, then there should be a clear thing I can just cut out, and it won't be too much of an issue. Okay,
that sounds great. Thank you.
All right.
I have a sort of game
ahead.
Logistical imagination Riverbanks question. So you were mentioning the idea of how we introduce abundance or scarcity of resources or other thing. Is that more contained to... Do we want that more contained to physical entities, or is that also an idea? Could we also introduce ideas there's a scarcity of winter, but there's an abundance of refugees, those kind of broader...
Yeah, no, that is a really good question. And yeah, it can be as conceptual or literal as you want it. We could have a scarcity of lumber, but an abundance of community. Everyone could be really
perfect,
in it together kind of thing.
Great. That answers everything.
Nice.
So you're saying we should seize the means of production?
Yes. Use the community to get the lumber. First you get the unity, then you get the lumber, then you get the boats.
Exactly.
Excellent.
All right, then. Let's start. I think everyone sees everyone in the same order on roll 20, so let's start left to right. If you're okay with it, Steve, starting drawing something on the map.
Oh, yeah. Cool.
Oh, I moved shit around.
I
moved everybody's windows around. No, that's fine. Just tell me when it's my turn.
Yes, I will. I'll say generally the order will be Steve, Adam, Marty, Anthea, Jesse.
So it'll be Samaj. S-A-M-A-J.
Great.
Cool.
I appreciate that. Yes, that works.
All right.
It's a good acronym.
So I have to attempt to draw something on this thing freehand. All right, cool. Let's go.
Yep.
It lets you draw shapes.
I want... Oh, no. This is gonna take a second. No, just give me the freehand part. There we go. I want.
That's the sacred purple square, the font of everyone's power.
I want a big ass church on a hill. That's what I want.
Nice. Awesome. All right. So you can say more about it if you want to, but leaving it that vague, totally good and interesting. Leaves us more room to
I'm
play
just
with.
leaving it that vague.
Sweet. Awesome. That is
Do
great.
we have a secretary, Jake? Like, do you know the words that match that image?
That's a good question. I am kind of keeping notes. I'll make sure.
Okay.
I'll just write, church on hill, so that
Okay.
we remember there's a church on the hill, and I should hopefully be able to remember that that's what that is.
Great. I do
Does
not
it
have
help-
that skill, so
Yeah.
I'm glad that you do.
No,
Great.
thank you for the reminder. I had my notes
Yeah.
up and just forgot they were there. So thank you.
It looks like there's like an ad. It looks like there's an add text option. Is that helpful or more than we need to do?
Quiet Year encourages not using text,
cool.
just to have things more open to interpretation.
Got it.
So Adam, whenever you're ready.
Cool. I'm going to cheat a little, and I'm going to use draw shapes.
And I know purple was just the default color, but you totally canonized it as a giant purple church now, Steve. I love that.
I'm down.
A little bit further away from the church is... Oh, now I get to freehand things. Yeah, those are houses. How do you like my houses?
Nice.
They got hats.
I have lived in worse houses.
Can confirm. I don't know if those are supposed to be windows or something, but like these are basically like I'm trying to depict a bit of urban sprawl of on the outskirts of the city are people that maybe don't work directly in the city and don't go in there a ton.
Okay, so are you thinking like literal like suburbs almost? Like this is still an all right place to live, or kind of like more sprawling shacks? That's kind of where everyone else ends up.
I'm thinking suburbs.
Okay, cool. All right, Marty, whenever you're ready, pop something on the map.
Ah, sweet, awesome. I'm interpreting this brown line and blue line as the water's edge.
Oh, correct. Yes, I didn't actually verbalize that. But yes, that is
It was obvious
the
to me,
coastline.
but I just didn't want to
Yeah.
assume.
Yeah, no,
because,
that
I
is-
mean, yeah, right,
that is
yeah,
good.
yeah. Totally.
And yeah, folks can draw in like more rivers, or like this could be an island that could wrap around and be more water around it. That's just making sure there's at least a decent water presence there.
That's the cloud front.
It's the gas coming to destroy the city. Oh gosh, that's not what the shape I was thinking at all. But that's okay.
All right,
Well,
so
it's there. We have to do it.
that is the beach.
You're committed.
It is.
A beach tooth. Consummate V's.
Consummate. This is the old port that's no longer in use.
Oh, awesome.
Nice.
That's exciting.
That's very good for thievy types such as us.
Have we decided if this is like what kind of water this is?
We have not. I guess we haven't even decided that it's water. It could be some other kind of fluid,
Ooh, oh,
Ooh.
Gross.
or
no.
even semi-viscous solid.
I appreciate that you didn't even limit it down to a liquid. I'm excited about
Yeah.
this process.
I thought you'd appreciate that as a chemist, Steve.
Yeah, thank you.
It could be bees.
Yeah.
That's a fluid. Bees. Yeah.
Yeah,
BC.
I mean, if we could displace enough bees to be buoyant, then sure.
Pirate on the sea of bees.
So Anthea, your turn now to pop something
Yes.
down.
Let's see if this is gonna work. Yeah. Okay. I want a marketplace,
All right.
a farmer's market, if you will, but also other stuff.
Farmer/non-farmer market.
Yeah, you know.
What
That
percentage?
encompasses the state
It's
space.
like a Seattle farmers market where it's produce, but also 3 artisanal honey stands.
Bingo.
Beat me to the joke.
Exactly. You got it.
And someone selling poems?
Oh yeah, that's true.
someone selling poems?
Yes. Yeah. Yes. That's exactly what it is. All right, and there's a bunch of little stalls in there. Isn't that nice?
Very quaint.
All right, cool. Yes.
All right, now Jesse, the last starting thing for us. I do want to try to nudge people to try to draw a little smaller because we will be drawing lots of things on. You can zoom in before you draw and get more details.
Fair enough. And there's no good way to like edit drawings once they're done, huh?
Like you can select them, like drag, select, and delete and redo it. But I think having a big market makes sense and is good.
Yeah. Okay, but cool.
I like that the market is
Scale.
bigger than the church. Yeah.
Yeah.
Because I'm a capitalist.
Yeah.
That's not true. That's not
That's a
true.
lie.
That's yeah. That's
Well, all right. Well, Jesse's establishing her character early. I see.
Okay, I'm gonna
The
try
free
to.
market will fix everything.
I want that. I want a pan.
Except bees.
Yeah.
Except bees. No bees.
How do you think that he's got there?
So I want to make sure that I'm understanding. So you can't see my mouse. We don't have anything around the church yet. That's not necessarily like that's not where people live yet. Is that correct? Or do people live there, we think?
So I believe what Adam did with the houses there is like there's intentionally some separation from the church. So the immediate church environs have not been filled out yet.
Okay. I want a graveyard.
Yes.
Mostly because I feel like we have a lot of people who have died.
Yeah.
And I want it to be kind of near the old. I don't really want it to be tied to the church. I want it to be separate for reasons.
Okay.
And
Is this influenced by you recently playing Graveyard Keeper, Jesse?
not even a little bit. Also, I finished it the night before
nice.
last. Yes. So these are tiny headstones.
Yes. Adorable.
Are they tiny by headstone standards, or are you just saying you're drawing in little things?
They are
where'd that
tiny
line come from?
headstones.
I accidentally drew it.
Good job,
Thanks.
Steve.
How do I delete it?
I think you can just drag around to select it and then press the delete button on your keyboard.
Yeah.
Yeah, success.
Yep.
I'm very
Good.
proud of the
Thank you.
smallest victory.
Yeah.
Oh, those leaves
All right.
these are so consummate.
All right, so now I think that is already an amazing start. Now we'll figure out our starting resources, and we actually go through and each just say an important resource, and then we collectively decide if it's scarce or abundant.
Yeah.
Oh my.
So let's reverse order. Let's snake draft this. Jesse, go ahead and put forward a resource that you feel is important to the community.
I think that bones are important to the community.
Awesome. Any kind of bone, or a specific, like from a specific, like human bones, whale bones?
Am I allowed to ask the group?
Oh yeah, you're allowed to. You ultimately have the call, but you can always consult the community.
Yeah, I would love for the community to help me decide what kind of bones we have as a resource.
I mean, I like the idea of all bones. All bones have value. All bones matter.
Yeah, hashtag all. Yeah.
But that like human bones are particularly valuable, or are particularly sought after as a resource.
Yeah.
Marty, your face.
Creepy as fuck.
Yeah.
Yay!
You're welcome.
My reverse twin is coming to steal my bones.
All right, does that work for you, Jesse? Are you okay?
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, that's great.
All right.
Bone.
Now, Anthea, next important resource for the community.
Fresh water.
Ooh.
Do we have to decide if it's in abundance or scarcity at this point?
No, we'll collectively decide after all the important resources are established.
Got it.
And now Marty's turn.
Oh, did we decide the water is abundant or scarce? Oh, we're collecting. Wait, I'm sorry.
We do that yet next.
Cool.
Yeah.
Awesome. Opiate-like plants.
All right.
Nice.
Awesome.
And
I'm gonna
Adam.
go with my heart here and say bees.
Awesome.
Bees are an important resource. Okay,
Yep.
good.
Also in the game. All right, and now Steve.
I'm just gonna do a boring one, which is workers.
Cool. You want to say workers specifically or labor in general?
Labor in general. Let's do labor in general because that allows ghosts and robots and skeletons.
Exactly. Thank you. You read my leading.
Yes. Yes.
And also, I'm going to throw in my own thing and say robots.
Sweet.
Good deal.
Now, these robots could be made of bones, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Just like in real life.
We could have two robots.
And now we'll go through. So, bones. How do people feel about scarcity and abundance? Jesse will, I think, have the ultimate call on this, but let's talk it out.
I think we have a lot.
So many bones.
Everyone has
Just
bones.
bones fucking everywhere.
That's true. Like, there's a skeleton in all of us.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's beautiful, Jake.
Yeah, thank you.
You're blowing my mind, Jake. It's
Um,
too early for that kind of shit.
Easily accessible skeleton within all of us. Yeah.
Yeah. All right. And now fresh water. We got a bunch or we got a little?
I really want to
mean-
make it challenging.
Right, yeah, that's the question, right? Like, can I say in the middle? Like,
Starting out, it has to be scarce or abundant.
it's gotta be scarce or abundant.
Yep.
I mean, let's say abundant
Okay.
at the outset. Let's make this a town where people can live.
Okay. And now opiate plants.
I'm inclined to say abundant, but I'm open
Yes.
to.
All right. Everyone makes sense to sound good to everyone else?
Yes.
So many drugs.
All right, we should have some scarcity starting out. So we're on to bees now. But
Which are totally scarce.
Okay.
Yeah.
That was an easy one. And labor.
I want to make labor scarce as like a kind of a challenge, but I mean, we've got all these bones laying around.
Yeah. I mean, maybe
Maybe we haven't figured out how to convert that into labor just yet.
Exactly.
That sounds like okay, I'm gonna say scarce.
Okay. And similarly, we haven't figured out how to make the skeleton robots yet, so robots are also scarce.
Is it
Oh
okay
my
that we
God.
have 3 abundances and 3 scarcities?
Yeah, these will change throughout the game.
Yeah.
Like some project or some cards we draw will say like an abundance becomes, change an abundance to scarcity.
Oh,
Or,
got it.
Yeah. And
There are suddenly
similarly-
too many bees.
Exactly. And similarly, like how you're able to start projects, like a project might be, oh, hey, let's get some more robots up in here, and
Yeah.
then we work on that, and then the scarcity becomes an abundance if it finishes.
Yeah. Okay.
An abundance of robots have never backfired.
Yeah, no,
Not
always good. All right. So, any last minute questions before we start drawing the cards and start playing the game in earnest?
Oh, are we going to have the opportunity to establish more resources as we go along,
Yes.
or? Okay, great.
Yeah,
cool.
yeah. That's like one of the things, or some of the things you can do, like discover a thing or hold a discussion. That can be a leading thing to introduce a new resource. Like, where did all
Great.
these crystals come from? Could be.
Fantastic.
Why can't I hold all these crystals?
Great. Okay, cool. Sounds good.
All right, so let's snake draft back the other way and start with Steve. Go ahead. For some reason, the seasons aren't in order for me. At least spring is the third one
They're
down.
not for me. Okay,
Okay,
spring. I'll draw a spring. Okay,
And then go ahead and read the card and make a decision.
I'm just gonna draw one.
Mhm.
Oh, that's it. Put it over by me. Okay,
you
cool.
you dealt it instead of drew it, I think.
I selected draw. Can I undo this?
I think I can just.
Can I fix this?
I can steal
I'm
it.
stealing it. Here, let me just shuffle the deck back.
Okay.
I think 2 people are trying to steal the card at the same time, and it kind of broke.
Oh no.
Oh no.
Well,
I was very tempted to click that card, and I did not.
Yeah. No.
Oh, here we go. Okay, sweet. So if you can you just click the little card that pops up when you hover over it?
I can do that.
Okay.
Got it.
There we go. And now everyone can click on the card if they want to see a bigger version of it.
Nice.
And go ahead and read that out loud when you're ready, Steve.
There's another community somewhere on the map. Where are they? What sets them apart from you? Or what belief or practice helps unify your community?
I'm so uncomfortable already right now.
Yep.
They only get tougher as this year goes on.
Oh, I believe you.
Yeah.
Well, I'm gonna need I want a little bit of feedback, but I think there's another community on the map, and I guess I'll draw it.
Yeah.
Oh, and I do want to check, Jesse. Are you like legit
Oh no, I'm
uncomfortable?
so sorry.
Cool.
No, I am excitedly uncomfortable.
Awesome.
This is very
Okay.
fun.
I interpreted it as such, but wanted to double check
Yeah.
and make sure.
Thank you.
Thank you, Jake.
So down near the old docks, that's where is the entrance to the underground dwellers,
Ah,
and that's where they live.
fuck yes! Oh my god!
That's the other community on the map right there. There's the tunnel down to the undercity.
And you're all giving me so much to work with, and I love it.
You just got mole men.
I'm gonna leave that vague.
Yep.
I'm
All
gonna leave what they look like vague.
Cool.
Awesome. So we don't have any project clocks yet, so those don't advance. And now, Steve, you can either discover a thing, hold a discussion, or start a project.
Oh man. Okay, I don't know if this is appropriate use of hold a discussion since this is the first turn here. What is our attitude towards the underground people?
Yeah, no, that's
whatever
perfect.
form they take.
Oh, and I forgot to clarify how discussions go. There is no dialogue. We just go person by person. You state your answer. It should be a sentence or two at most, and then that's the end of the discussion. There's no further discussion.
Wow.
So it's and we're kind of voicing how the community feels about it. This isn't us personally. We're speaking kind of objectively for the community as a whole.
But there can be like multiple viewpoints within the community.
Oh,
Yeah.
for sure. Yes.
Great.
Yes.
Okay. Cool.
And I believe since Steve posed the question, you are the last to participate in the discussion. So,
Yep.
Adam.
Bless their hearts.
Very nice. Already getting into character, I see.
Yeah.
For Helen.
It was literally the first thing that came to mind, so I went with it.
I think it's because you are a Midwestern mom at heart, Adam. I mean that as the highest compliment. All right, Marty.
Steve, can you repeat the question?
Oh God, what was my question? It was like, what is our attitude towards the
underdwellers?
The community's attitude towards the underdwellers, which legally distinct from Chud.
I think everyone here might be too young for that, Steve.
Oh no!
No.
I mean, from my part of the community, which may not be your part of the community, I feel like there's a general sense of we just wish they would go back.
Yeah, I think there'd definitely be some folks that are like that. And Anthea.
Oh, they're gonna come up through our floors while we're sleeping.
They probably are. And Jesse.
Some members of the community think that every life holds value.
I'm glad we have some good apples. And Steve.
It's very important that they embrace the one true faith.
Oh shit!
Right, thank you, Steve, for keeping it zealous.
Oh fuck!
All right.
Tomorrow? No.
All right, Adam, go ahead and pop up the next card for spring.
All right. I am clicking.
We have a little bit of. I'm getting a little bit of feedback. Is anyone else getting feedback?
Yeah,
I'm getting some, but it's not showing
Me
who it's
too.
coming from. We all have headphones on.
Marty, it's coming from Marty. Oh, it might not be.
When we're done debugging this issue.
Oh, I think it's actually coming from yours, Adam. When I turn your volume down, it goes away. Yeah, it could be. Or can you check that? Can you try like unplugging and plugging your microphone back in? Sometimes if it's not plugged in well, there could be some.
Turning it off and on.
Yeah.
Also, my Audacity just crashed.
no.
Yeah, Audacity does that sometimes. That's why I've got this OBS backup, the local recording backup. Just go ahead and start recording again. Upload both recordings. We'll do another clap at the end, and I can sync it up on that end.
Okay.
Cool.
Should we do a clap in the middle in case it crashes again?
I mean, the claps aren't strictly necessary. I think Audacity actually has some features that will basically sync it up for you regardless, but
Cool.
the claps are a good backup.
Microphones plugged back in. Testing. 1, 2, 3.
I'm still noticing like a buzzing or a very
Yeah.
high pitched. It's like a bee. There's like a bee in the system.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
I don't wanna
that's
bug
what
you.
I was
I'm
getting
saying
to.
that there's a
Alright,
bee.
I'll try and plug in mine, plug it back in, see if it was me.
There.
Um,
Nah, it is definitely from Adam.
Okay.
I'm trying to see.
Does
if
that
there's-
fix it?
It did not.
Ooh.
Okay. All right. Yep. No, I think we're back with Audacity over here, which
Okay.
is a good thing.
Yay!
Yeah, totally. Yep.
Tech issues, hooray!
Yeah, if you have anywhere that you can like turn down the gain on your microphone, like turn down the sensitivity, Adam, that might work.
Already turned down pretty far on Audacity.
Mhm.
Mono, microphone.
Or actually in Roll20, if you go to settings, is it picking up for audio input? Is it picking up the right source, like your good microphone and not a like webcam microphone?
Oh, it is totally picking up my webcam microphone. Let me
Ah.
fix that.
Whoa.
Hey, there we go.
Hey, there it is!
Nice.
Fantastic. Thank you much.
Nice.
Sorry
No,
about
totally
that.
okay.
No, totally
I'm
good.
glad we were able to figure it out.
Yes, this is why this is sort of a troubleshooting episode as well, to sort stuff like that out. All right, so go
Cool,
ahead
cool,
and
cool.
let's move on with spring when you're ready, Adam.
Oh, I drew the 6 of spring.
Ah.
Are there children in the community?
I
If
hope
there
so.
are, what are their role in the community?
No.
Or how old are the eldest members of the community? What special needs do they have?
And do skeletons count? Because those are the eldest. of them.
Yeah.
So what are... All right, in the interest of doing the thing that's the most interesting,
Mhm.
How old are the oldest members of the community? My answer is impossibly.
Awesome.
What special needs do they have? I'm gonna say that they don't like. There is a culture of caring for the elderly, and since they kind of just don't go away on their own, like the cost of care just kind of, they age like normal people age. So as things are getting older and older, they require more and more care, and that becomes an increasingly large, like, that's part of how family structures work.
Yeah.
Grandma's 300, we have
Yeah.
to take care of her.
Well, there, you have a series of grandmas: one at 300, one at 250, one at 200, one at 1.
Right.
A series of
Yeah. So if you want, draw that on the map. But you know, this is something that's not necessarily going to be represented. I have it in the notes. So
Just
can we say
grandmas all the way down.
you have introduced an abundance of grandmas? Yes.
There's an abundance of grandmas.
Oh, God.
So now, if you discover something, hold the discussion, or start a project. It does not have to be, but can be grandma related.
Right. I'm going to start a project of basically like an old folks home.
Okay. So go
for
ahead.
people.
Oh, go ahead.
Go ahead.
Oh, I was gonna say, draw somewhere on the map that will be, and then I'll put a project clock next to it to show its progress.
I like it. Here. It's right now just a blank plot because we've just started it.
Awesome.
Nice.
Okay, so let me name this Old Folks Home. There's probably a better way to phrase that, but I don't know it, so if anyone has one.
Yeah. like with the spirit of it being not everyone has the means to care for like 10 grandmas.
Yeah. Let's just say aging home. It's where folks age.
Like Professor Something's Home for the Elderly.
Okay.
I think I like Home for the Aging a lot.
Ooh. Yes.
All right. Then I will rename the project Clock That, and that will start ticking. Oh, how many weeks do you think this takes to establish? It will be between 1 and 6.
We're in a year?
Correct, yeah.
Okay.
5. This isn't going to be a small or simple facility.
Yeah.
Okay, so it is. So name it Home for Aging. And let me make sure I can do these clocks right. Multi-sided, choose side. And that is at 5 ticks. Alright, and then that'll count down.
Nice.
Cool.
Okay, and now that brings it to Marty's turn. Next card in spring.
Drawing in spring. Let's see. Oh, nope, not that button.
So it'll be clicking on the... There you go, you got it.
Someone new arrives. Who? Or 2 of the community's younger members get into a fight. What provoked them? I'm going to go with conflict. 2 of the community's younger members are in a fight, and what provoked them. And am I asking questions here, or am I giving a sort of declarative, this is what's going on?
So you will ultimately make the decision. You can reach out for questions, but you will be making a statement.
Okay. So I'm asking the other players something like, why did the young man stab the other one? Is that where I'm?
Yeah.
If that's how if you want to ask folks that, go ahead.
Yeah, I do. I'm wondering why you think that the stabbing happened between the 2 teenagers.
And then do we go clockwise? So Anthea first.
Oh, this isn't the holding a discussion. This is part of the. This is part of the card. So this is just.
It's just facilitating.
Yeah, folks chime in if they want to feedback.
We're
Marty.
just yeah.
Okay.
I say bones. He did it for the bones.
Yeah.
All right. So we had. Does that sound good to you, Marty?
I think it's. Can I say it's unclear?
Oh yeah, for sure.
Cool. I think it's unclear whether it was the bones or whether it was racially motivated.
All right. And was this between 2 humans of different races or 2 different species, or 2 different, a human and non-human, or 2 non-human people?
It was between a city dweller and an undercity dweller.
Oh.
There we go.
Yeah.
I thought this was a peaceful year.
I mean, there's not an outside force warring at us. All right, so now gonna decrement the project clock. And now, Marty, you either discover something, hold the discussion, or start a project.
Okay. And you described discovering something before as sort of like this could be a question to the players, right?
So that would be holding a discussion, but
Cool.
it can be like a leading discussion that still, like, the difference is discovering something explicitly puts something on the map. You discover something and you draw it on the map.
Got it.
Holding a discussion could do that or not. It's up to you.
Okay. So holding a discussion is then I'm going to hold a discussion. I'm wondering what the community feels about this. Why are there so many refugees?
All right, so we'll start with Anthea and loop back around to Marty. Why are there so many refugees, Anthea?
A environmental crisis on the other coast.
Okay. Jesse, why does your part of the community think there are so many refugees?
I agree, and also we've noticed whatever the substance is that we're docked on like water or whatever we decide it is, has started to change, and that is caused by something that has happened across the substance, and that's why we have a lot of people fleeing to our shores.
All right, Steve.
I like that answer so much. I don't have anything to add.
You can reinforce it. You can echo it and say a lot of the community feels this way.
Yeah, I would say that. Yeah, that's how the community feels. That's what we think.
Okay. And Adam?
It doesn't matter why. We should be doing everything we can to help them.
And Marty, final word.
Yeah, I think a lot of the community does feel it has to do with this sort of world crisis on the other side of the substance.
All right. Well, let's just say ocean. It can be an ocean of whatever.
Ocean of whatever. Yes.
That could be a good name for it too.
Related to some sort of catastrophe on the other side of the ocean.
All right. Excellent. Anthea, pop up the next spring card.
Oh, hey, that's me. All right. There is a disquieting legend about this place. What is it? Or alarming weather patterns destroy something. How and what? Go figure. Okay, but we already established that there are alarming weather patterns somewhere else, so I'm gonna go with there is a disquieting legend about this place. And what's a good one?
I think this will be one I will ask you to draw something on the map to represent it, because I think this is it'll be good to be linked to.
Hell yeah.
Anchor it to a thing.
Trying to zoom in and zoom out. Okay. Disquieting legend. Let's see. I think that oh god, my map is freaking out. Okay, cool. There we go. That's a little better. Over by I want to draw a shape. Yes. Let's see. Over here we have trying to be proportional. Over here we have a haunted hospital.
Okay. Nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's all I got. Yeah, you know, it's a hospital. It's haunted. It's the kind of usual, disquieting hauntings that you get from hospitals.
Yeah. Do the legends say this used to be an up-and-up hospital, and then there was something bad happened, or was this always kind of a shady place?
Ooh, I like up and up, and something terrible happened there. That has either. Well, can I start a discussion?
Sure. Let me just go ahead and advance the. That wasn't clicking on a thing. Let me advance the project clock first, so I don't forget, and then go ahead and start a discussion. You can go ahead and do that now. I'll be advancing it in the back.
Yeah, great. I'm trying to figure out how to phrase it. What calamity destroyed this hospital?
And I'm drawing a little red cross next to it so we know it's a hospital.
Oh, good call. Good call.
I get to go first, right?
Yes, you do.
Okay. Ooh, the calamity that had to do with this hospital also has something to do with why the underdwellers are dwelling under.
Oh no.
All right,
Okay,
Steve, what's another rumor?
I'm throwing a whole different rumor in.
Please do.
Which is it was destroyed when something was summoned.
All right.
There.
And Adam?
Even that vague. Is that
Oh yeah. Sorry, I said another.
Sorry, that was it. That was it. Sorry.
Yeah, I think Adam was just. Looking.
That was cool.
It was. The hospital started going downhill when the dead stopped leaving.
Shit.
All right,
Yep.
There's
Marty.
supposed to be ghosts.
Yeah. Well, also like the idea that maybe the hospital is just keeping corpses for reasons. Those sweet, sweet, precious skeletons.
Gotta have them bones. No bones about it.
Oh God. Podcast name.
Yeah. Oh, that's. I think that's a good one to consider, actually. Or at least to call the Blades in the Dark part of it.
Yeah.
I think there's a rumor that the hospital was destroyed in retaliation.
Okay. Is it vague what's it's in retaliation for?
I think some people would say it's religious retaliation. Other might say it was the workers at the hospital.
All right. And Anthea, final word on the rumor for why the hospital's doing this.
I heard that the government destroyed it to prevent a plague.
All right.
I like how almost none of our rumors match.
Oh yeah, that's great.
Yeah.
All right, Jesse, go ahead and pop up the next card. I will nudge a little bit. We should try to have more project clocks ticking.
Cool.
A lot of cards will say it's like, hey, all project clocks do this, or cancel a project clock. So it's good to have some more going at once. But again, live your truth. Don't do a project if you don't feel it.
So the Nine of Springs, a charismatic young girl convinces many to help her with an elaborate scheme. What is it? Who joins her endeavors? Start a project to reflect.
The heart of the cards heard you.
It did. Convinces many to help her with an elaborate scheme. Oh gosh, a charismatic young girl.
And that or half is really good too. Are you willing to read that even if that's not the one you
Yeah,
pick?
absolutely. So, or is a charismatic young girl tries to tempt many into sinful or dangerous activity.
Oh yeah.
Why does she do this? How does the community respond? So I'm gonna read. I'm on project. So I think I feel like I can even combine them. A project can be a task or something that's being built, right? Like a community task or something that's being built.
Yeah, it's just generally something that takes collective community action to do. Oh god, I'm accidentally drawing on stuff.
It happens.
So this charismatic girl. Okay, her scheme is to but it's many. Yeah, her scheme is to build a place where like a small community gathering center right near the Underdwellers opening, like the entrance to the Underdwellers community.
Okay.
And it's not anything large. It's just like a place, in New York City, how they have places where people can like sit and play chess. It's like a very small, like 4 people could sit there, like just a place for small groups of people from both communities to be together.
Awesome. And how many weeks do you think that takes to build?
Like 3.
Okay. And actually, I'm going to have these clocks count up because I realized I didn't add the final step for all of them, so we can't have them count down because a 3-week one wouldn't work. So I'll just make it cropped up suddenly. Like, do these trees appear unnaturally quickly?
Yes.
Okay.
Hell yes.
Okay, so that was just covering something. So now we're back to Steve popping up the next spring card.
Okay. Here we go. Oh, I did that wrong.
Oh, and remember, folks can take contempt if they don't agree with something or don't like something that's happened. I think we've all been generally positive for the community so far, but I'm sure that'll change at some point.
Yeah.
That can happen in your turn or out of your turn?
It'll be out of your turn when someone else does something that you feel is not, just that you don't like happens.
Yeah, no, I don't want that community center for the under people. That's
Yeah. Go ahead and drag
Nice.
one of those. Here, I can just go.
Fuck
ahead and
them!
I'll drag a contempt. You now have one Marty contempt.
Nice.
Thank you.
No, don't fuck them. That's unnatural.
Jeez.
All right, what do you get, Steve?
You see a good omen, what is it? Or you see a bad omen, what is it?
This one does not involve David Tennant.
Bummer.
Can it involve David Tennant, though?
I think legally no.
Can it be David Tennant?
A David Tennant appears in the sky.
I'm gonna call this one a.
David Tennant wash up on the shore.
I'm
We
gonna
have an
call this
abundance of
one.
David Tennant.
Oh, sorry, what was that, Steve?
I'm gonna call this one a bad omen,
Mhm.
and the fluid, whatever it is, has changed color.
All right, go ahead and draw in whatever that new color is.
Oh shit!
When you click on freehand, it'll pop up above a little color thing you can click on.
I did.
Okay. It's not popping up for us yet if you did draw something.
Oh, interesting.
Oh, there it is. It
Oh,
is.
Oh, there it is.
Yeah, phew.
Cool. Oh, yeah, I think you have to draw the whole
Nice.
thing before it shows it to us. Awesome.
Oh, I see.
Okay.
How would you describe that color?
Mauve.
Okay.
I like how we've kind of low-key all agreed that it's not water by continuing to use the term fluid.
The fluid.
Yeah.
I mean, it might be. I don't know.
It might be capital T, capital F, the fluid. That might just be what everyone calls it.
I like that a lot.
We can't cross the fluid.
Yeah.
Yet we have an abundance of fresh water.
We do,
I mean,
yeah.
because the ocean isn't hogging all the water, it all has to go somewhere else.
Yes.
All right, so both of these projects will complete next turn, but they just take this turn. And now, Steve, you do one of those three things. Let me know if you need a reminder what they are.
No, I'm gonna discover something,
Mhm.
and I'm gonna fill in one of these stalls in the market.
Okay.
Because, all right, look, like all of our, like, people aren't aging and dying, so where the hell are all the bones coming from? So the answer is, at least in part, is there's a vendor who keeps having a large number of bones. No one's sure where they're coming from. His name is Old Morris, and that is what I discovered.
Are the bones definitely actually bones, or is there some question as to their veracity?
Oh no, they're definitely bones. Guaranteed money back.
See, I feel like that still leaves it ambiguous, Steve.
Yep.
Old Morris's Yelp reviews are real weird.
So I think the way you phrase that kind of introduces that bones are actually kind of scarce rather than abundant. Does that sound right to everyone? The fact that we've established that people don't die super often?
I mean, no. I feel like in our discussion we've established that there's an abundance of bones, but that human bones are extremely valuable. So like,
point.
there's to be bones, but not necessarily people bones.
Gotcha. I'll
Maybe
go ahead
they
and
live forever.
separate out the resources then. I think that's a good point. We have
Yeah,
scarce
okay,
human
cool.
bones, abundant non-human. I'll say humanoid bones, because there still could be whale people.
Right.
Also, earlier when you
their
said
bones aren't very valuable. Yeah.
Also, earlier when you're reading the directions and you said wailing sounds coming from the forest, I immediately went to like wailing.
I was right now days old when I realized you didn't mean the animal.
Nice. All right, and on that note, it is your turn, Adam. Pop up the next spring card.
All right.
And we will, Adam, this turn the community project, the aging home will be completed, so keep in mind that you'll describe how that went, and Jesse, the community center will be completed, so keep in mind how that went.
Oh, I have a concrete idea for that thing. An old piece of machinery is discovered, broken but perhaps repairable. What is it? What is it? What would it be useful for? Or an old piece of machinery is discovered, cursed and dangerous. How does the community destroy it?
So we're not supposed to influence the person deciding, but I think there's one that's a lot more fun than the other here.
I mean, I'm weirdly of both can be good because broken, perhaps repairable. What is it like? Having an unknown piece of technology functioning in the middle of the city definitely won't backfire.
Yeah, that first one, it could still be cursed.
Right. Okay. No, I know exactly how I'm going to do this. I'm going to draw freehand as a ooh, right, I get to pick color. What color do I want? Oh, I'm definitely picking this color. Yeah. This is slightly larger than I mean it to be. But out of the goop, a ship washes up on the shore.
Oh, yes.
It doesn't look like a ship we've ever seen before. But it looks mostly intact. And we're pretty sure with a little bit of elbow grease we can get this thing running again. Which I'm definitely going to introduce as a 2-turn project.
Sweet. And can we tell what it's made out of yet, or is that part of the project?
Like, that's part of the project. It's made out of, like, it like, upon first glance, it looks like a possibly normal...
For the unnamed dead.
Okay, awesome.
Except for under people.
Fuck you. That's fine.
Is that wrong?
That's fine.
Okay, so that brings it to Anthea's turn.
I mean, are you saying
Great.
you have
And I'm
contempt
drawing-
for my project?
Oh, I do. I do. Is somebody moving that contempt for me?
There you go.
No, it's for me. I can move.
really?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna try.
Yeah.
Oh, I have to select. Sorry, folks.
I'm gonna go ahead and read this.
Oh, yeah. Ooh,
Okay.
the kings are always...
A young boy... Yeah, a young boy starts digging in the ground and discovers something unexpected. What is it? Or, an old man confesses to past crimes and atrocities. What has he done? I really like an old man confesses to past crimes and atrocities,
Nice.
particularly when we have people who are living for like 300, 400 years.
Mhm.
An old man in the home for the aging confesses to
Can I throw something out?
Confesses to I think he confesses to did we decide bees are scarce?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, this old man in the home for the aging poisoned the bees.
Ooh. Did he do it with
purpose?
mundane or magical poison?
Ooh, magical.
All right.
And
Yeah.
was it purposeful?
Yes.
Awesome.
Yeah.
This
This guy
fucking
was
guy.
like, "Fuck bees,
Yeah.
man."
Yeah, I think the exact why it's interesting to leave open, but
Yes.
yeah,
Yeah.
I like that a lot.
But yes, he did it on purpose. It was with magic, and I think that it was at least a century ago.
Okay.
Nice.
Like it was a while back. Okay, cool.
All right.
Uh,
And what do you do for the second half of your turn?
Yeah, I want to start a project because I think that this sketchy city requires... Well, I guess, so for a project, I guess it should be small-ish. So I think that it needs... Yeah, I think it needs a brothel.
Okay. And yeah, projects can be pretty big. Like this is a fairly large city, and if they're all working together towards something, you can make something pretty big.
Oh, okay. So if I wanted to create a red light district,
Sure. Yeah, like, that'll
Yeah,
probably
like
be that'll probably be a 6-week project, but I think that makes
yeah,
sense.
definitely.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. Let's see, and let's do that over on the other side of the map from
Yeah, you can drag that clock near the church wherever you want it, or you should be able to.
Okay, perfect.
The Mall of America of brothels.
Let's build that over here. It's smaller than the marketplace, but about the same size as the graveyard.
Nice. And we draw something that signifies it as a red light district.
Sure.
Because the rectangles can be tough to keep track of.
Yeah, no, totally. Just trying to see if I can I rotate that?
I don't know.
No.
Also, Jesse, feel free to pop up your card and start considering it while we're doing this.
Thank you.
Freehand. Oh God, what indicates a red light district?
I don't know. Maybe just a
yeah.
bunch of red beams coming off of it or something.
Yeah, right.
It can be real simple. Just when I come back to this in a week, I'm worried. I'll be like, what the hell were all these rectangles?
What the fuck is this rectangle? Yeah, absolutely.
Just got some X's.
Ooh,
like
that's
an
a good
X.
There you go. Yeah, perfect.
Yeah.
Yeah, the triple X district.
I have to admit, I'm very excited that it is near the Undercity.
Yup, me too.
Where else would it be? Obviously.
And then
I
you
like
said
we still haven't decided who lives in what the Undercity is like.
Yeah. This clock?
Oh
no! Somebody put a clock
I
there.
just went.
Oh man.
But also, if you can go with your intuition and say lawn study, also, I don't want to call it for you.
I have an idea of what I want to happen when it finishes, but I don't want to force the game that way too much.
Hey, this is your project. You have authority over this project. That's what contempt is for.
I
People
need
don't like
input.
it.
Do you think it should be long or short?
Do it.
What?
Just whatever feels right to
I
you.
think Anthea's gesturing long. My input is short.
Long.
I like overconfident.
Yeah, let's do it. I think it should be a 6-week project. Should be a long one.
Cool.
I feel like.
Where are they studying it at?
That is going to be my discovery.
Oh,
Got
nice.
it.
I was going to put an academy on the map. Is that okay?
Yeah.
I am not bending the rules too much there.
You do not have to ask for permission in this game, really. That's why
Yes.
contempt is there. But I understand and appreciate the wanting to.
I want to make sure I'm not bending the rules in a way that
I'll
feels like I'm doing too much.
Yeah, no, like
Okay.
do what you want to. I'll say maybe consider something else if it seems like too much.
So I'm drawing it badly, but I'm gonna try not to make it a square.
It would be weird if it was drawn well.
It's true.
Like it would be
so-
incongruous with everything else.
So that is the academy.
Do you have a
I
name
do.
for it? It's okay if no.
I don't. I want to come up with a good weird name for it, but I don't have one right now.
Yeah, you go ahead and mull it over.
I am enjoying watching the contempt tokens move around. That makes me very happy.
I put them at the top for a reason. Because I like seeing them scoot across.
Yeah.
All right, I think that was your whole turn.
That was
Yeah.
everything.
All right, and I advanced the clocks. So next turn we will have the what does that say? I forgot what. Oh, the memorial for the dead above folk, not underground.
Yes.
Folk.
Yes.
And
I have a question about timeline. So we've done one summer card, and there are 12 total summer cards, and we're skipping 5. Is that right?
So we're doing 10 of each. There's normally these decks. At least on Roll20, it's listed as 14 or 13 in each. So we're cutting off 3. So it's kind of a compromise, but it's easier to keep track of if it's just everyone does 2 cards.
Sure. I love it.
So yeah, that brings it to Adam's card.
Cool. I'm going to draw the next summer card. The 5 of Summer. A project finishes early. What led to its early completion?
Ooh.
Or the weather is nice and people can feel the potential all around them. Start a new project.
Aww.
So
And
I'll
if I
ask
remember-
if you do finish a project, collaborate with the person who initially established it. So it'll kind of be joint between you two, why and how it finished early. Sorry, were you asking something, Steve?
You clarified it.
Okay, cool.
I'm gonna say the red light district opens early.
Yeah,
All right.
absolutely.
Who introduced the
That was
Hi,
Anthea.
Yeah.
So my thought is that the reason it finishes early is it got a sudden injection of money and no one's entirely sure from where.
I love it. Yes, absolutely. Absolutely, yeah. Yeah, and I was imagining, since it's a district, that it's got, like, a brothel and a couple of bars or taverns and, you know, a gambling parlor. And so I feel like if there's a sudden influx of cash, at least one of those is way nicer than it has any right to be.
Yes.
Oh, and something I should have asked before, is this, like, new ground it's built on, or did this used to be a different part of town?
Ooh. Well, I think it used to be barracks.
Okay.
Like army barracks.
Okay, that makes sense,
or army training ground, you know.
Yeah, that fits with the game because we recently ended a conflict. So
yeah, exactly.
Hey, what are you doing with these barracks? Cool.
Yeah.
All right, and I'll advance the other project clocks. And what are you doing with the rest of your turn, Adam?
That's a very good question.
And Marty, feel free to start looking at your card and mulling it over if you like.
Where was Summer?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm going to ask a question of the community. How does the community feel about having a bright, shiny new red light district?
All right, and you answer first, Marty.
I think it's going to help. A lot of people feel it will help the community overall by giving those folks a place to be.
Fucking asshole.
And Marty always speaking for the underfolk races. We should probably name them at some point too, and also name the fluid, but we can get there at some point.
This part of the community thinks the red light district is a stain on our fair city.
Like, you built it and then hate it.
Yep, absolutely.
I think it's great. I think every city should have one.
Awesome. Steve, are you going to speak for the religious and supernatural folks again?
I might.
Do you mean, is Steve going to speak for the people who frequent the red light district?
Exactly.
Is that?
Yes. The church is of two minds about it. It is a stain on our fair city, but it is an important outlet.
All this was going to happen anyway. At least it's above board now.
At least it's above ground.
Yeah.
Nice.
All right, and Marty, you started to, right? You haven't talked yet?
Yeah, that's correct.
Okay.
You want me to describe the card that I pulled?
Or no, I forgot if you spoke for the community part yet, or how the
Oh
community.
no, I did.
I think Adam posed the question.
was Adam.
You started that
okay.
discussion.
Okay, gotcha. And actually, before your card, I forgot the monument finishes this turn also. So how does the monument for the unnamed dead but not underground dead go?
It's a beautiful stone park area, carved stone area memorializing the numerous unnamed soldiers from the conflict that ended, and also remembering those refugees from across the ocean who have come here but didn't survive the trip, but don't necessarily have family here. It's a very beautiful and not entirely inclusive memorial near the cemetery. Yeah.
Gotcha. Do you want to draw that in, or do you want me to sketch it while you're doing your card?
Yeah. If you want to sketch it in while I'm doing my card, we can do that.
Okay. It will be a vaguely blobbish gray thing.
That sounds great.
Like an archway.
Yeah, that sounds lovely.
An archway with arms, apparently, because I started drawing a person first. That's a menstrual pad. I'm gonna
I
redo
love
that.
that.
No,
That's
it's fine.
It's perfect.
Yes,
Don't
it's
erase it.
Okay, yeah.
It
All right.
has wings.
Yep.
Yeah.
It has wings to keep the ghosts from leaking out.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
So, like, roughly how frequently do we have to change the monument?
Right.
I mean, it doesn't have funding much anymore, so it's gotten a little. Anyway, Marty, your card whenever you're ready.
Sure. A project fails. Which one or why? And why? Or something goes foul and supplies are ruined. Add a new scarcity.
Ooh. Oh yeah, I've been kind of forgetting to keep track of if things we do add or remove scarcities. So, if
We
anyone
haven't had it yet.
retroactively thinks if any of these things altered them, I don't think so, but feel free to keep that in mind.
So we got Old Morris's Bone Shop,
hmm
which I think altered bone
So yeah,
bone
human-
Okay.
supplies.
Say,
Yeah.
say put that at a normal amount of human bones. Does that make sense to people?
Yeah.
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 Okay.
Guaranteed.
Yes.
Okay.
All right.
What's
so,
a normal amount of human bones? That's
I-
a terrifying thing to think about.
you know, don't worry about it. All right, Marty, do you know what you're doing for your card?
I think so. The research on the fluid lost its funding.
Ooh. So I'll say, Steve, what are the repercussions of that? Like, what do the scientists or alchemists that were studying it do?
Just for the
Well-
sake of intrigue, it's a weird coincidence that the red light district received this enormous boon of funding at the same time that the Alchemists Guild are like, what happened to the money?
Or I guess I'll also say, how far did they get, Steve? What do they suspect so far, but weren't able to confirm?
I mean, it only went like 2 weeks. I would say.
I mean, they probably got their experiments set up, but couldn't run them through.
I would say it's they believe it is related to ghost whales.
All right.
But they don't know how.
Do they think it was
And-
always related to ghost whales, or that new color is because of the ghost whales, or is it unclear?
It is unclear.
Okay.
I like leaving lots of gaps.
Sure.
Let's see. And was the question, what were the repercussions?
Yeah, like, there's still all this fluid just kind of hanging out in the building. Like, are there, or if you want to say any kind of
I was going to say the repercussions I could think of is that a portion of the academy splinters off to form their own faction.
Yes.
They go underground
Yes.
and they are seeking funding.
Like literally underground?
I mean, maybe nobody knows, but probably.
Okay, nice.
Gonna go seek funding from the underdwellers?
Yes. So there is now a rogue academy, is what I.
Awesome. Yes.
Sweet.
I'm so into this.
Yeah.
Sorry guys, I just noticed that my Audacity stopped recording.
Oh no!
It does that sometimes. Go ahead and restart the recording, and
Thanks.
we'll clap again at the end to sync it up.
Okay.
Thanks for reminding me to keep an eye on that.
And I went ahead and drew a split in the university.
Yay!
Nice.
All right, and
Now
so
it's apparently recording everyone's audio?
Yeah,
Wait a
mine
minute.
Mine had a difficult time with that too. I had to change the input because it was picking up through my speakers.
yeah,
Give me 1 second.
yes, make sure the input's not like browser or desktop or something like that.
No, microphone. PNP sound device.
I'd say don't worry about it too much. If you're able to sort it out while we're playing, good. If not, I'll have do what I can to. I think a lot of this will be the audio from my local recording, so don't worry about Audacity too much. It's mostly a trial run.
Cool.
And Marty, what do you do with the second half of your turn?
Oh, good question. I hadn't thought about that. Which I
There,
guess is the
there are
important part.
currently no projects going. You don't have to do a project, but
True.
and remember, we've all got a bunch of contempt setting around. If you want to do something that's harmful to the community that you would enjoy.
Hooray!
Okay. Can you remind me how that works? Like, if I want to spend contempt?
Yeah, you kind of use it as a justification for like, hey, here's this shitty thing I'm going to do for the community. Like, instead of, normally we're doing things, hey, the community is trying to work together to like build up after this conflict. Like, the spending contempt is to kind of justify, it's like, nope, here's this thing that's detrimental, and here's how I'm justifying it. I was
Awesome.
angry about this happening.
Great. Okay, cool. Cool.
I'm gonna start a project. The leaders of the One True Faith are exercising the ship.
I didn't catch the second half of that. They're exercising.
Exorcise.
The ghost ship, the ghost whale
Oh,
from
gotcha.
the ship.
Are they going to try to banish the ghost whale?
Yes.
All right.
How long do they try to do this for?
This will be a 2-week project.
All right.
They are running low on a particular kind of fruit. Basically, their community has been stricken with scurvy. Like there's some kind of fruit that they, as bird people, need to eat to survive, and they've come into the burbs and into the city to try and track down a new source of the vitamins that they need.
Awesome.
Can I ask
So
a clarifying question?
Oh, go ahead.
Yeah.
So when people get scurvy, it affects their teeth and sometimes their bones. When bird people get bird people scurvy, does it affect their wings?
Yes. They are
Okay.
just shedding feathers everywhere they go.
Love it.
Bird scurvy is the worst scurvy.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And I don't have a strong feeling about, like, are these people, are these, like, human people with wings like angels, or are they, like, D&D kenkus, like they are, like, anthropomorphic birds? Like, I'm happy to leave that up to...
But it's definitely
Up to
feathers.
development.
There's
But
definitely
it's-
feathers and not like dragonfly wings. Feathers.
Yes.
Got it. Thank
Yeah.
you.
And do you want to sketch that, or would you like someone with a mouse to sketch that?
I don't even know what I'm gonna sketch. I'm gonna sketch a little,
Feather.
yeah, great.
We're using symbols, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it can be.
Yeah, just a
And-
little pile of feathers over here.
And I think that introduces a fruit scarcity. Does that make sense to
Uh-huh.
people?
Mm.
Yeah.
Because
Yes.
it's scarce where they
Mhm.
came from, and they're probably eating a lot more of it that was here. So
Yeah,
Okay.
and they've got a little sort of refugee camp over here.
nice. And what do you do with the second half of your
He's
turn?
let's see. Let's start. Let's start a discussion. How do we feel about these bird people in the burbs?
And Jesse starts.
We should absolutely help them because they are a valuable resource to us. Again, the same thing that I said last time.
In particular, Old Morris also believes they're a valuable resource to us.
Those bird bones.
I have that noted down as Old Morris wants dim burb bones. All right, now.
God.
See, right now I'm trying to make my brain form coherent thoughts instead of just looping "bird is the word" over and over again in my head.
And how about they drive some of the community to incoherent song?
Oh.
Oh, no, I know exactly what my answer is. We're glad they showed up because they sing pretty.
Nice.
Nice.
They're a community in need, and we have an obligation as followers of the one true faith to extend ourselves to those in need.
I appreciate that there's kind of like a vertical hierarchy now forming. Like underground folks, no. Surface people, you know, they're the church members, and then the birds are like, oh, you gotta help the birds.
Yeah.
And final word,
yes.
Anthea.
As long as they stay in their little campsite, we're fine with them.
Okay. And now, Jesse, your card.
My card is a summer. It's not a number.
Or the Ace of Summer.
Oh, the Ace of Summer. Thank you. Like, sure, a summer. A contingent within the community demand to be heard. Who are they? What are they asking for? Or a contingent within the community have acted on their frustrations. What have they damaged, and why did they damage it? Is it permanent?
Oh, and also just a heads up, Marty, your exorcism will finish this turn, so keep that in mind.
Oh, delightful.
Ghost whale.
Mm-hmm.
Oh no.
Okay, so we've got that. Can somebody remind me what's going on with the abandoned hospital?
There's lots of rumors about it. Would you like me to recap
So
the
many rumors, yeah.
There's only rumors and legend, right?
Correct.
Okay.
But it is abandoned and spooky.
Mm-hmm. Okay, a contingent within the community demand to be heard. Who are they and what are they asking for? A very small, very zealous, very into birds contingent of the community are demanding that we not only support and help the birds, but that we start honoring them as a superior being.
Oh my god, yes.
Very small contingent.
Like, do you think they deserve
I'm into
literal worship, or that they should be put as just like a higher caste, or both?
Both.
Okay.
But the worship part, the reason that they believe this is because that these bird people can get closer to the one true God. They could, in theory, bring us closer to God, and so we should worship them and not only support them but hold them up.
Awesome. And sorry, was there anything else?
No.
Okay, Marty, how does the whale exorcism go?
Oh, it fails.
Why does it fail?
The wind
Or how
calls
does it
it ghost
fail?
whale.
It's unclear. It's unclear why it fails. However, the leaders of the one true faith have disappeared.
Ooh.
Oh shit!
Like
Oh,
how? This is also a good time to introduce. Like, what was the leadership like? Was there one top honcho that disappeared, or was there like a ruling kind of council that disappeared?
It is a hierarchical leadership, and these were three of the not very top of the leadership, but very close to the top of the leadership, who were basically tasked with exercising the ship. And in the last few days before completing, things suddenly ended, and no one knows what happened to them.
All right, I'm going to introduce a scarcity of exorcists, if if people like that.
I think that's pretty critical for, a place infested with ghosts.
Probably.
Especially ghost robots.
Who knows?
That's right.
It's probably going to be fine.
We have so many things going on, guys.
No, I keep forgetting about the refugees from across the fluid. They seem worth remembering that they're around.
And Jesse, second half of your turn.
I want to start a project. I want the church to be built. I want us to renovate the church so that the bird people can have. So we have pews, but they have pews above us. So I want a church renovation.
Oh,
gotcha. How long do you think that'll take?
Like, it's going to take a lot because we have to build.
Pull this down here.
All right, Steve, your card.
Still on summer, right? We only went through it once.
Correct, yeah. Your next card will be the first one of autumn.
Okay. 3 summer. Summer is a time for production and tending the earth. Start a project related to food production. Summer is a time for conquest and gathering of might. Start a project related to military readiness and conquest.
Oh boy.
Ooh.
Those birds need fruits.
That's what I was thinking. I was thinking bird fruit, but I don't know.
Bird
I
fruit.
guess.
We also have ghost robots.
Oh.
We're not really worried about that.
Yeah, I mean, they're here. I don't know if we have them.
Good distinction.
Okay. Then I think then outside of town, we're gonna start trying to make a fruit grove. Like, we're gonna try and grow bird fruit outside of town.
Nice.
That's probably a long one. So starting a project related to food production.
Yeah, it can even be like, if it seems like a really long one, it can be a multi-stage project. Like there could be like sowing and then growing and then harvesting, but it is.
I think 6 weeks sounds good. I think 6 weeks would be a long one.
I'll get that.
So we get into autumn before it finishes.
Yeah.
Nice.
And what do you do with the second half of your turn?
Oh, second half of my turn. I didn't even think about that.
So you said 6 weeks, right? When things finish.
Yeah.
All right, and that brings you to
that's my Oh, I love watching the contempt tokens move around.
Yeah.
I don't know why we're trying to exercise everything. It's fine.
Outsiders arrive in the area. Why are they a threat? How are they vulnerable? Or outsiders arrive in the area. How many? How are they greeted?
I have.
All right. The only thing I'm trying to decide is where they come from. Whether it's across the fluid or out of the mysterious forest. But we've used. No, I know exactly where they're coming from. Down the river. Down the river. Arrives at first it's just one, but over the course of the week, and they let you know as they show up, several more start showing up, and they are talking dogs.
Nice.
Yes.
Nice.
Are they like humanoid or just dogs as we know them? What talk?
Dogs as we know them. What talk?
Cool.
Has anybody else lost Marty, or is that just
he's refreshing.
Yeah.
No, he's okay. Cool.
So dogs that walk on 4 feet, 4 feet dogs?
Yes, they are otherwise normal dog-ass dogs, but they speak. And
do they wear pants, and if so, how?
Thank you.
No, we do not have time for that.
Okay.
And how, you said they arrived by the river. How? Do they walk up it? Do they have dog boats?
They have dog boats.
Cool.
How?
Don't worry about
it.
Marty, we have
wonderful question.
Thank you. I'm kind of like losing Adam off and on, so I'm trying to catch in.
Yes, they arrive on dog boats. The very first question asked of them isn't, "You don't have thumbs, how did you make dog boats?"
Really? I mean...
It sounded like the second half of your turn is a discussion of how did these dogs get here.
Right.
Unless you want to do something else.
No. I'm going to start a project. This, with our experience with the bird people and the refugees, we as a city have started to learn that we need to start planning how we're going to integrate people into the city when they arrive. I'm going to start a 3-turn project to integrate the dog people.
All right, where in the city is this happening?
I'm going to say, like, at the entrance, like where the river starts entering the city, like south of the hospital.
Okay.
And
you got to buy your way in, right?
You bet you do. That is exactly what you do.
Yeah, those members-only jackets aren't cheap.
Yes.
Yeah.
So here is our Capitalists Guild.
I've got a
go ahead and
clarifying
start with your
question.
card while we're
You got
sorting
it.
this out.
I've got a question about the capitalist building. So obviously you can buy your way in, but do you also, if like let's say that your third great grandmother was a member, do you inherit that? Like, is it familial, or does each individual generation need to buy their way in?
It is familial, but only to the holder of the familial wealth. So, so if Grandma distributed her wealth amongst the family, you don't stay in a capitalist guild. If Grandma gave her wealth to one individual in the family, that individual may inherit the membership as well.
So it's exactly like the membership to Club 33 in Disneyland. Got it.
I put a big pile of dollar bills next to the capitalist.
Perfect.
Yes. Good.
I forgot I could make tokens, so I might retroactively put some tokens around the map.
Love it.
So Anthea, go ahead with your card.
Great. Predators and bad omens are afoot. You are careless, and someone goes missing under ominous circumstances. Who? Or predators and bad omens are afoot. What measures do you take to keep everyone safe and under surveillance? Do not reduce project dice this week.
Wow.
And I'll say for the first half, you can create and introduce a new individual for this, or it could be a group, or someone already established, or whatever you like.
Cool. As tempted as I am to say that old Morris goes missing.
He can always come back under even more mysterious circumstances.
I think that the harbor master goes missing, and she. Let's introduce some gender diversity. The harbor master went missing, and the last time she was seen was over by the ghost whale ship.
Do you have a name for her? It's okay if no, we can figure it out later.
Just looking at my bookshelf over here and gonna grab a name. Her name is Diana. I don't have a surname for her at the moment.
All right. And I'll go ahead and advance clocks. And what do you do with this?
No, they don't. They don't.
They
advance,
do.
They?
This one they do. It was
Yeah,
the
this
other.
one they
Pick the other one. Sorry.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Yeah.
Sorry.
I think the top half. No worries. And I would like to discover. Let's discover. I feel like we need a mine, so we're gonna just a mine with an N.
Can we also have a dog mime, just as an unrelated thing?
Yes.
Yes, we have a dog mime.
Okay, I'm just gonna go ahead and put that in my notes. Don't worry about putting it on the map. I'll just have dog mime.
Great.
That'll come up at some point.
I'm not sure what we are mining over here, though.
Are you not
feel
sure,
like-
or is the community not sure?
I, Anthea, the player, am not sure what we're mining. I think it's some kind of ore. And perhaps, though, it hasn't actually, the alchemists found this ore mine, but haven't determined the best use for that ore yet. They're just like, this is so fucking cool. We are gonna get as much of this out of the ground as we can, and we'll figure out what it does later.
Are these the licensed alchemists or the rogue alchemists?
Oh, I think it's. Oh, good question. I think it's probably the alchemists who split off from the academy.
Did they discover it because they were literally
To establish that they could be, I guess ghosts can't really be trading partners in a way, can they?
Hey, do whatever you
But
want.
they-
If you can
they could-
justify
Yeah.
it. Yeah.
They could
I
trade
can't-
information.
Yeah, 100% yes. Ghost.
Yeah. Okay. Cool.
yeah.
So now the Capitalist Guild actually has an active trading partnership with the organized ghost society in the hospital.
Nice.
Nice.
Awesome. Okay, now Jesse.
Are they the
Oh, go
Are
ahead.
they the OSS? Or the OGS? The Organized Ghost Society?
The organized ghost society.
Oh, they're just the OGs.
Yeah.
They're just the OGs.
The organized ghosts.
Jake, when I hover over summer, I don't get a little card that shows up. Are we out of summer cards?
Oh, the King of Summer might have automatically discarded 2 of them. I mean, that's okay. We're still.
Is it autumn now?
Yeah. I mean, I think.
Yeah, we should move on.
I mean, I could bring up the PDF of the cards and do one we haven't done yet. It's your call if you want to do summer or move on to autumn.
I would prefer to move on to autumn, actually.
Okay. Yeah, go ahead. We'll just remember that after your next autumn card, Steve will start winter.
Before we do, I need to use the bathroom real quick.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
I'll go ahead and take
I
an
need to as well,
opportunity
so I'm
to
gonna take
get
this
some water.
opportunity.
Okay.
Great. quiet dog.
Not like 6 or 7. I'm assuming you're going straight from the ham party to your appointment. Cool.
You gotta stop. Stop.
Hey,
I'm
Eva.
not figuring anything. Like Jake can edit all of this out later. So
Eve.
Yeah.
Eva. Come here, Eva.
I think the audio is probably going into headphones, Adam.
I know. I want the dog to show up.
I guess maybe the dog can still hear the headphones. Oh wow, I think my audio has been way too loud on Audacity. Well, that's a problem for future me. Oh god, I searched dog for tokens, and the first result is pirate dog.
Oh my god!
It's not as cool as you'd hope. It just looks like a normal dog.
No. But I'm saying if there's anyone piloting the Ghost Whale ship, it's obviously Pirate Dog.
And there's also tokens for zombie dog and spectral dog, so we're kind of set for.
Ooh.
Oh my god. This was the best decision I've made all day.
Go to the bathroom?
No.
I mean, also that.
Very
Like,
smart.
introducing dogs. Like, I knew I wanted to introduce dogs, but I didn't know there'd be Pirate Dog.
Oh, there's a pirate dog? I missed so much.
I got a dog token, and when I searched it, the first one was pirate dog, even though it looks nothing like a pirate.
Okay.
Where's Pirate Dog? I need to see Pirate Dog.
It's near the dog INS building.
Oh, puppy.
Oh, who's a good boy?
I can't.
Who's a
Dog
piratical
INS
boy?
building.
Yeah, there's nothing pirate about that dog. I don't. I was lied to.
Yeah. Sold a false bill of goods.
Yeah.
Hey, Jake, I don't show Autumn on my list of decks.
Is it
Should be the top one.
Does it have a scroll when you hover over it? Are you able to scroll up to see another deck?
Yes, and the scroll, the scroll is kind of cut off on my screen, which is very creepy.
Do you have? Are you able to like mouse wheel up and down to move it?
I don't think. Yeah, even when I get to the top, it's not there.
Is it okay if I pop up the card and I read it off and you pick which one you want to
Okay,
do?
I love that. Thank
Okay,
you.
Cool. All right, 7 of Autumn. The project isn't working out as expected. Radically change the nature of this project. Don't modify the project die. When it resolves, you'll be responsible for telling the community how it went. Or, something goes foul and supplies are ruined. Add a new scarcity.
Can someone remind me what is the green box south of the river? That project?
That is the orchard for bird fruit.
If that's the orchard for bird fruit, what is the brown squiggle to the right of the orchard?
The ore.
That is the ore.
The mine, right, okay.
yeah.
It's the ore mine, yeah.
Yep. Thank you.
Can you read? And the second one is something rots.
Something goes foul and supplies are ruined. Add a new scarcity. I'll see if I can
What,
deal the card to you.
So
for you to
does
see.
that need to be something that was abundant morphs into a scarcity?
Your call. It can be either.
I could create a new resource that is now scarce.
Yeah, it could be like something that people weren't concerned about, but now that it's scarce, it's something that the community cares about.
Okay. We have a scarcity of fresh water.
Ooh.
Oh shit.
Also,
Oh, boy.
I'll go over our current scarcities and abundances just so people know.
Thank you.
We're currently scarce on bees, labor, robots, fruit, exorcists, and fresh water. We have a normal amount of human bones. And we're abundant on non-humanoid bones, opiate plants, and grandmas.
Yeah.
Guys, we live in a society.
Society. Grandmas.
Jesse Noons.
God.
Yeah.
Can I ask you a question about this?
Yes.
This new scarcity of fresh water is what's its connection to the river that runs through the city?
The dogs in the river is what happened to the water. The dogs.
Oh, no.
However they traveled down the river.
Yeah.
influenced our ability to utilize that water. It's no longer fresh.
Oh.
So it's legit contaminated. It's not just people being like, "Ew, I don't want to drink the dog water."
Call him A, call him B.
So it's a scarcity, and I would love to hold for the second part of my turn. I would love to hold a discussion around what do people think about the water.
Okay. And before that, both the dog integration and bird church renovation finishes. So I think dog integration was Adam, correct?
Yes, which now just got interesting.
Yep.
Man, okay. Crap.
And Marty, if you know how the bird renovation went, go ahead and chime in while Adam thinks. Oh no.
Yes,
Who
please.
did the bird church renovation? Was that Marty?
Oh, me. That was me.
Oh, gotcha. So if whoever thinks of how it went first, go ahead and describe it.
So the bird renovation, or the bird pew church renovation, went swimmingly. So I'm gonna draw and create that while I talk through it. So now instead of having like a medium-sized church that can fit all of the overlanders that live in the community, plus some extra refugees, we just anticipated that. Now we have this large so we've got 2 layers. So the pews are on the first layer, and then around what do you call it, like a mezzanine? So like there's a second layer of pews for just birds. So like we designed it really beautifully so that their bird wings can fit and that they're elevated above all of the humanoid overlanders. And then there's an extra floor, just like in all churches, where like God resides, right?
And I guess this kind of brings me to a group question. Is this a monotheistic religion? We've kind of been talking about it that way, but I wanted to confirm.
We've used the phrase a lot of one true gods often. Or there are people in the community who feel that way. So I think that's what I have heard.
Okay, just wanted to confirm that.
But I don't know what other thoughts people have.
That conforms with what I was thinking.
Okay.
I'm imagining that there's, that the dominant faith is a monotheistic faith, but that there are probably a lot of, I feel like there's probably at least a few sort of smaller, polytheistic. Oh, jeez. Hi, dog. There's a real dog here. God damn it.
Hey, Eve.
Is it a pirate dog, though?
Hey, Eva.
Right,
Well,
so Anthea, let's flesh that out more in play.
Great,
Like
okay.
if we can in like discussions and stuff like that. I think it's a good thing to do. And Adam.
Did we determine whether there was actual pollutants in the water or whether people were just dog water?
I think that's what the discussion is going to be about.
Discussion's going to be.
Could we have that discussion first? Because that kind of affects my answer.
Sure. Yeah, I think that's fine. So
the question posed to the community is, what are our thoughts and feelings about the water? Do we dislike it, or is it unsafe?
Right,
is that an appropriate discussion question, Jake?
Oh yeah, sure, absolutely.
Am I answering as a, this is the opinion of the community, or am I answering kind of like a factual sort of thing? Like what level am I in person?
This is what the community is saying. You could present as an expert in the community. You could present as, just a random community member.
Well, all right. I'm gonna go with my gut on this one, which is the religious community. This is now undrinkable now that there's been dog boats in it. This is against their faith. It is now contaminated.
All right.
Neither in a I guess it's unsafe for your soul.
Mm-hmm. It's the opposite of chicken
That's my
soup for the
answer.
soul.
That's it.
Dog bone soup for the soul.
It is asbestos for your soul.
All right, Adam.
So I heard my niece Caitlin drank from the water a couple weeks ago, and she got real sick.
All right.
Mm-hmm.
And Marty.
It is factually entirely coincidental. There are plenty of people who are demanding that the alchemists do research into what happened. There's no clear connection between the fact that the water suddenly started smelling like wet dog at the same time that the dogs arrived in the city. That said, there are plenty of people in the Undercity who are saying that the water is making them sick.
Ooh. Why isn't anybody doing anything to purify the water?
And Jesse, final word.
I have to make a decision, right? Like, is it contaminated or is it just gross?
No, it can still be up in the air.
Your decision can be it's unclear.
Yeah.
I mean, the water's very unclear. That's my decision.
Nice.
So, the puppy integration point, or PIP, is as far as an integration project is going, was going pretty smoothly. They were dangling things from handles that were otherwise unfriendly to our non-thumbed new residents. Like, put a towel on the door handle so you can pull on that and get that to open up, and it had been going fairly well. But since the contamination started happening, the dogs don't know what's causing any of that. But they are pretty mum on why they wound up coming down this way. Because the contamination, given the flow of the water, is coming from where they came from. They're pretty tight-lipped on that, and given the contamination, they basically are just... About half of them moved on, and the other half are just staying in the PIP camps.
All right, that brings us to...
They're not integrating, at all, because they don't feel welcome wherever they're going.
Gotcha. All right, so that brings us to Marty's next card for Autumn.
Autumn. What do we get here?
Wait.
No, I think it's Steve's.
That's me.
Oh, right, sorry, yeah, your project finished, but it's Steve's turn, my bad. So, yeah, go ahead, and next card for Autumn, Steve.
Did you draw a card? This is the...
I did draw a card. Do you want to...
Oh, yeah, go ahead and take that one on top, Steve, the
All right,
Jack.
Cool. A project finishes early. Which one? Why? If there are no projects underway, restlessness creates animosity. Animosity leads to violence.
Violence leads to the dark side.
There is only one project. So the bird fruit one, that project finishes.
Yep.
So
and it finishes 1 week early, so it's not super early. But why did it finish a little bit early?
it turns out that the newly contaminated water is actually really good for bird fruit plants.
Nice.
Nice.
And for the second part of my turn, I'm going to start a project. The Undercity, the people of the Undercity have decided that they want more access, and so they have begun creating more entrances to the top side.
Oh no.
And how long
So
does it take
that's.
them?
Oh god, that's a pretty big. I'd say what, 3 weeks maybe, medium.
Sure, I could see it
What do you
taking really long. Cool.
Can
And then they
someone remind me who Quip is?
they are the person who established the Home for the Aging.
Thank you. I remember now.
It's so which means that gets rid of our abundance of grandmas.
That is true.
Oh my
Now we have a scarcity of grandma.
Are they? How concentrated were they? Are they now scarce, or do we have a normal number of grandmas?
It is like it's still traditional that you take care of your own family if you
Yeah.
can. Not everyone's capable of doing so, which
Yeah.
led to I'm now inventing a grandma homelessness problem that this house solved. But now that half of it fell into a giant hole in the ground.
Although we did previously establish that the community has a culture of taking care of their elderly,
Yeah.
so I don't think it would make sense for us to establish that there was a homelessness problem for the elderly.
Well, regardless, there used to be an abundance of them living in this home,
Yes.
and now that half of it fell in, we no longer have an abundance of grandmas.
Gotcha. Okay.
Business is good at the bone market.
Do we now have a normal amount of under grandmas?
Oh yeah, did they survive and
die.
integrate with the underfolk? Actually, let's leave that vague for now. Let's say we can come back around to the question of under grandmas.
I mean, I'll be honest. I just wanted to say under grandmas.
That's
Let's
fair.
be honest.
Fair, yeah.
All right, and that was
My card.
Okay, yes, and so we still have the second half of your turn. There are currently no projects ticking.
Which is why I'm going to start one. I just need to decide what project. I know. The spirit of it is there's going to be an investigation from the surface world into why half a building full of grandmas fell into the hole.
Gotcha.
Investigation.
I'm trying to decide who runs this investigation. Like, someone should be in charge of it.
Mm-hmm.
Right now, we have the church, we have the Capitalism Guild, we have the Red Light District, we have alchemists, both legal and illegal.
We have an implied shipping industry, but they haven't really come up.
Yeah. I'm going to say that the official alchemists are tasked with discovering what happened with the hole in the ground.
Right. And how long do they spend doing that?
2 weeks. People want results fast.
I also want to ask, did this city not have a jail before, or is this a new jail? Or like an additional jail?
Great question. I guess I've been imagining that this is the first jail.
Okay. That is
But
interesting.
it could also be an expansion to the already established jail.
It is totally your call.
There we go. Let's say it's an expansion then. Yeah.
Okay. All right, and Adam, the alchemist's investigation into the collapse finishes. That was your project, right?
Yes.
How did that go? What did they find?
They found, over the course of their investigation, they found that the two factions that were under disagreement under whether more tunnels should be opened up to the surface were the normal Dizians of the Under Empire and the Dog People. It turns out the Dog People and the people underground have started getting along because they both felt marginalized by everybody. And it turns out the people that did the sabotaging that caused the collapse was the dogs. They were bad boys.
Also, I just want to say,
Oh no!
Friends at the Table did a Quiet Year game where they established an underground race of dog people. This is a total coincidence.
Wow.
Yeah.
Gremlins, baby!
Yeah, they were more like half dog kobolds, but
So
go ahead.
The dogs were against the integration.
They were against the opening of new tunnels to the surface world.
Okay.
The dogs felt that this would be a sudden new holes opening up from beneath them would not increase the level of trust.
Okay.
Turned out to be very correct.
All right, Jesse, are you ready for your next card?
Yes.
All right, it is a good one. The Four of Autumn. The strongest among you dies. What caused the death? Or the
Ooh.
weakest among you dies. Who's to blame for their death?
Ooh.
Will you read it one more time?
Yes, there is the strongest among you dies. What caused the death? Or the weakest among you dies. Who is to blame for their death?
Can I ask Anthea a question about the jail, please?
Yeah.
Can you tell me more about who might be in there? Is there anybody in there yet?
I think yes, because I decided that this was an already existing jail that got a new wing added to it. So the people who tried to blow up the parish's office are in there. I think kind of your standard low-level criminal types end up in there. The people who are knocking over other people's stalls in the market, or committing, various murders and assaults in the graveyard in the red light district, and probably anybody that the Capitalists Guild just doesn't like.
Got it. So the strongest of us have died. What was the second part of that question, Jake? Who did it? How did they die?
What caused the death? The weakest is the one who specifically blamed a person. This is just vaguer. What caused the death? Could
What
still be a
caused the
person.
death of the strongest person?
Mm-hmm.
So the strongest person was one of the Guy Fawkes people who tried to blow up the parish, the parish field office. And so they were in jail, in our seaside jail. And the
Fluid side
jail. And the jailers murdered them. The jailers are called the Roz, R-O-Z-Z.
Ooh.
Nice.
People they
Nice.
don't really have. I don't think that they have any like power like through the community. Like they don't go through the streets trying to like catch people. Like I think someone else is in charge of that, but the Roz is absolutely in charge of what happens within the confines of the jail, and they have some connection to the Capitalist Guild, and they have some connection to the parish.
Nice.
Mm.
And the person who was the strongest person was named Blamish, B-L-A-M-I-S-H, Blamish.
Awesome. And their pronouns?
They didn't use pronouns.
Awesome.
Everyone literally like share, like they just called them Blamish.
Awesome.
Nice.
All right. And what do you do for the second half of your turn?
I want to hold a discussion about to clarify what does the community think happened to Blamish? Who knows what?
Mm.
All right, and that starts with Steve.
So you say that they were killed by the jailer, or is that?
Yes,
That's
they were
something
killed by the Raws, the people who are in
Raws,
charge
right.
of the jail. That's the truth.
But the story. Okay. At least part of the community believes that they are not dead. They have gone underground.
Remember, believe that
and
Blamish is
are-
not dead. No problem.
But,
No
sorry.
comments.
Blamish with an M. Cool.
Yeah.
Blamish has gone underground and is going to strike back again sometime in the future.
Okay.
That's it.
We don't necessarily believe the story that the Raj tell us about the circumstances under which Blamish died.
Okay. And Marty.
Many believers of the true faith believe that Blamish got what Blamish deserves.
And Anthea.
Yeah, it's the Roz's prerogative to dole out punishments and consequences within the walls of their own jail.
Okay.
Whoa.
Jesus.
Wow.
And Jesse.
I don't know how to finish this discussion.
That's okay. If like your contribution can be starting the discussion if you don't want to add something, finish it.
Yeah, I think that, so one of the things that I think comes up for some community members is they have a trust and a skepticism of the Roz, and they have a little bit of confusion around how the Roz is connected to other things we've already established, like the church and the Capitalist Guild.
Gotcha. So, timekeeping note, we're getting kind of close to 2. Winter is a variable length because it ends when the king is drawn. Do folks want to just keep going, or do we want to skip ahead to winter now to make sure we get to the resolution? 'Cause if we just
I'd love to get into winter.
Yeah, me too.
Okay.
Okay.
Everyone, okay. Then this is Steve's card now, right?
Mm-hmm.
Right.
So I'm going to draw winter. Is that what I heard?
Correct.
I also think that was what our decision was before anyway.
Mm-hmm.
We
Yeah.
were already
Okay.
ready for winter.
Yeah. Oh, gotcha.
Okay,
I
cool.
thought we had another round. Okay, cool. Then we're on
Yeah.
track. My bad.
Can somebody down here in the bottom right? I must have missed when this thing was drawn.
That is Anthea drew that.
The big brown thing? Yeah, that's an
Yeah.
that's an ore
Mine.
mine.
Oh, that's the mine. Okay.
Yeah.
Yep. I remember the discussion. I guess I just didn't see the drawing.
Yeah, no
Thank
worries.
you.
Yeah, it's supposed to be
Alright.
a mine shaft by it, but it just kind of looks like a burn mark.
Got it. Thank you. All right. Okay. Let's do winter then. Ace of Winter. Now is the time to conserve energy and resources. A project fails but gain an abundance. Now is the time for hurried labor and final efforts. A project finishes early but gain a scarcity.
And the only project right now is the jail, so it'll be that either way.
So it's either it fails or it finishes early. I think I'm going to say it finishes early. And we're going to gain a scarcity. I don't know what a
Scarcity of criminals.
I mean,
You know, scarcity of personal security.
Yeah.
what do you wait? Like because of staffing the jail, basically?
Or no, because like they're just arresting a lot more people now. Like, you know,
Yeah.
you can't trust that you're going to be safe. You might just get arrested for some whatever.
Maybe it's scarcity of trusted authority.
Sure.
I don't know how to.
Mm.
I don't know how to like make that quippier,
That's
but
perfect.
I like that.
Scarcity,
Yeah.
scarcity of trust and authority.
cool. There it is.
So you're
Okay,
saying
cool.
Blamish didn't kill himself?
Yeah.
Blamish didn't kill Blamish.
Yeah. Oh, right.
Yeah, it's, you know, you're saying APAB, all perish or bastards.
Oh my god.
So why did it finish early? And Anthea, feel free to chime in as part of this because of your project.
Oh, sure.
But also Steve.
My first thought is that the Roz cut corners, and so it's done, but the materials that they used to build it are subpar.
Ooh.
And whether that means that it's just like sort of, I mean, there's a lot of different ways that could go. It could mean that like it's not up to code and it's unsafe. It's not very safe to inhabit, or it could mean that it is going to be like particularly easy to break out of.
Yeah.
But yeah, the materials are subpar.
Awesome. And did you want to add anything to that, Steve?
No, that was great.
Awesome.
I like that a lot.
All right, and now what do you do with the second half of your turn, Steve? We are once again.
I'm gonna do a discovery because I don't have a good project idea, and I'm gonna get a little wild here. An island appears in the fluid.
Nice.
Fuck yes.
Is it immediately apparent what the island's made out of? Is it obviously dirt, or is it unclear?
No, it is not clear. It's just an island appears. That's all we know right now.
All right, cool.
Someone else could fill that in.
Or we could figure it out when we start playing the game. Either one.
Or that, yeah, but there is an island out there now.
That brings it to
That's
Adam.
my turn.
I draw the 8 of Winter. Winter is harsh, and desperation gives rise to fear-mongering. Choose one. Spend the week calming the masses and dispelling their violent sentiments. The week ends immediately.
Whoa!
Declare war on someone or something. This counts as a project. Well, obviously I'm declaring war on something.
And yeah, be as broad as you want. Like,
right.
You could declare war on God if you wanted to.
War on opiate flowers.
Yeah. War on bees.
War on drugs was the first thing to come to my mind.
Yeah, we have an abundance of opiate flowers.
We do. What's our abundance and scarcity list right now?
All right. Scarcity is bees, labor, robots, exorcists, fresh water, and trust and authority. Normal, humanoid bones, fruit, and grandmas. Abundance is non-humanoid bones, opiate plants, and bird people.
Guys, what is this game? So we have a shortage of labor and a shortage of fresh water. Yeah, I'm going to. I'm open to suggestions at this point.
We need a
I'm
water
struggling a bit.
purification system. We need a water purification system, real bad.
How do we do
We
that
do?
with a war?
We can just take water from somewhere else.
Mm.
We can go to war over water.
I could also phrase it like a war on pollution.
Yeah, both sound good. It is your call, Adam.
Yeah.
So here's the angle I'm thinking of, is that with a... that doesn't mesh well with the shortage of labor. Yeah, let's say we start... Yeah, no, I'm going to go with the war on pollution. And they start setting up a purification something right by the PIP camp. Because of the shortage of labor, this is going to be like a 6-turn thing.
Okay. And at this point, projects might not finish if they're long, but all right.
We just lost an Anthea.
Mm-hmm.
Hopefully she's just refreshing. But we can go ahead and move to Marty's turn while Anthea comes back.
Fabulous. Drawing my winter card. Let's see what we've got here. A headstrong community member takes charge of the community's work efforts. A project fails, and then a different project finishes early. Or, a headstrong community member tries to take control of the community.
Yeah.
How are they prevented? Due to the conflict, project dice are not reduced this week. Huh.
So uncomfortable.
Let's see. What are the projects that we have going on? We have
Island and Purification. That's it. Island and Purification.
Island and Purification. Fantastic.
The only projects we have right now.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it turns out that. Okay, so I'm going to say those who are who have some allegiance to Blamish attempt to take control of the community. Uh-huh. Yep. No, I'm going to say that the those who have allegiance with Blamish do take control of the community. The water purification project fails, and the island discovery project goes forward.
Oh, come on!
I think it finishes early, right? Is that what your card
So it
says?
finishes, yeah.
Yeah.
Right?
So both of these projects are gone now. One failed, one
One
finished.
second, I just got a knock at my door.
Wait, one fails and a different project finishes early.
I think
So-
finishes early.
Yeah. Or sorry, I mean they're both gone.
Right.
They're both
Yeah.
gone.
One's
They are both resolved.
yes. Purification finishes or fails. Island finishes. Right.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
All right, and when I also want to clarify, like take control of the community is broad. To
Yeah.
what degree and like what place of power do they seize? We haven't really established like a mayorship or city council or anything.
Yeah, I'm open to input on this. My sense is that this is a type of political coup by our dog denizens.
I like that. I like we're almost to Mayor is a golden retriever controlled by a shadow cabal of the super wealthy. We almost just got there organically.
But like,
wow.
I think dogs should vote.
Yeah.
yes, I was about to say, dogs even vote in this world.
All right, so they seize. I think this is also a good time to establish: is it a mayorship? Is it a city council? Is it both? Or is it something different altogether? I like there being both, but I'm definitely open to hearing.
I like both. I think that creates opportunity for conflict and factions, and you know, some fun stuff there.
So you're saying that we've got that we might have a mayorship and a city council, like checks and balances.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I'm into that.
Just like Seattle.
Yeah.
Toe to tip, just like Seattle.
Yep, that works for me. I'm going to say in line with that. Then, in an unexpected turn of events, the representatives of our dog denizens take control by a supermajority of city council.
So city council is talking dogs now?
Yes. Well, the supermajority is talking dogs. So 2/3 of them are talking dogs. The other third might be something else.
And Blamish's supporters facilitated this.
Well, yeah, the people who are now on city council are openly supportive of Blamish's efforts, and they cease all funding for the purification process, and they expedite the discovery of the island.
Yes, got it. Okay.
All right. So,
Amazing.
I'm gonna say Steve said the island appeared, right? Or no? Who said that?
Yes.
So Steve,
But-
I'd like you to describe how does this project
Oh, God.
go? What do they find there?
I would say, but Adam is the one who started the project.
That's true. So I guess both of you.
So here's where my brain's going.
Okay.
They find out there, because we already have open trade with Ghost Hospital.
Yes.
Open information.
That's right.
Right. We still have open information trade with Ghost Hospital. We find
That's my favorite
something
CBS drama.
Yeah, we find something similar out there, but it's like it is the full-on robot ghosts living as a society, and as far as they're concerned, they've always been there.
Also, I want to clarify: robot ghosts or ghost robots? These are different things.
Originally,
I thought
we
they
had
were-
talked about ghosts inhabiting the bodies of robots.
Okay.
That's one of the things
That
I
one.
created.
Gotcha. So they're not the spirits of dead robots.
Absolutely not, because robots don't have spirits or souls.
No, that's
Wow, that is a hard line for
pure
the
race
church.
war.
I was gonna say, yeah, we have heard from the church. Thank you, Jesse.
So also, so you said as far as they're concerned, they've always been there. So is this like a Brigadoon situation?
Oh my god, yes!
I don't understand that reference.
Brigadoon is like it's a musical, right?
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
But
it's like it's this Scottish village that only appears once every 100 years.
Oh,
out
so
of
it's
the
the Mist
mist.
of Avalon. Oh, I get it. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, but like when people walk up there and are like surprised, like, what the hell are you guys doing here? The response is, what are you talking about? We've always been here. Like,
Yeah.
All right.
Are they?
It sounds like the ghost inhabited robots don't intentionally shroud their island with the mist, but that happens
yes.
somehow.
Yeah. And Steve, any input? It's okay if no.
I just my only question is, we established them as sort of predators. Are the island ghost robots hostile or not?
You can be predators and not hostile, I think.
Okay.
Yeah,
But I don't know if you want them to be that.
The way I was picturing is they're otherwise like friendly and peaceful. Like,
all right.
They don't murder the people on site.
Especially if they have enough resources. Like, lions don't attack people unless they're out of resources or unless they're sick or unless they're, So I think that these predators don't necessarily have to be hostile unless they get low on resources.
Maybe like one in every 5,000 visitors just kind of disappear because sometimes you need new ghosts.
Yeah.
The supply for ghosts is high.
Yeah.
I mean, the demand.
Cool. I'm down with that. That's all good for me.
All right, and now we've got the second half of your turn, Marty.
Okay, second half of my turn is discovery. A second body of the disappeared exorcist church leaders is discovered on the island.
Nice.
The person's they're alive but catatonic.
Ooh.
All three or just one?
Oh wow.
Is it all three or just one?
Just one more.
Okay.
3 were missing. Now 1 and maybe a second. The body that was burned was found, and then this body is clearly one of the church leaders, and they're alive but catatonic.
Okay.
Nice. All right, that brings it to Anthea's turn.
Sure does. Click to draw. The 9 of Winter. Someone goes missing. They're alone in the winter elements. Choose one. The community organizes constant search parties, and eventually the person is found. Project dice are not reduced this week. No one ever hears from that person again.
So I think since
we don't have any projects right now.
Yeah, so I think that first one, I think we default to the second, if that makes sense.
Yeah. So the person who's gonna go missing from the community and never heard from again. Let's see.
And you can create someone new for this too.
Yeah. It's gonna be. Let's get rid of a capitalist.
Nice. Is this the oldest one that everyone was trying to keep alive?
No. The oldest one is still around. This is let's see, in the guild. This is the treasurer of the Capitalists Guild, and their name was. I'm so bad at like names off the top of my head.
I have another name ready.
Oh, great. Yeah,
Never-
if you've got something.
I thought I did. I didn't write it down.
No.
Raymond Trace.
Perfect. Raymond Trace, treasurer of the Capitalists Guild, goes missing and is never heard from again.
Ooh.
AKA Ray Trace.
Ooh.
Yes.
Ray Trace.
Oh, and then second half of my turn. Let's start a project. Let's see. I'd like to. What all do we have around right now? Okay, so like, Blamish's supporters have taken over the city council. And we've got dog refugees and bird refugees and refugees. We have
We have a barely built purification plant, but it's still on the map, which I like. It's just a skeleton of a purification plant.
Yeah, same. Let's build the legitimate Alchemists Academy starts building a refinery down by the mine.
Nice.
Let me-
How long do you think it takes then?
6 weeks. It's gonna be a long one.
Cool. Alright,
Let's
and
get-
that brings it to Jesse's
Oh.
turn. The next turn to describe how that goes.
Absolutely.
Um,
Yeah.
Alright, and that brings it back to Steve for the next winter.
Okay. 4 of winter. All the animals and young children are crying and won't stop. Hold a discussion about this in addition to your regular action for the week, or a great atrocity is revealed. Oh man. These are both so good.
Yep.
Well, I'm gonna lean weird. Okay, all the animals and young children are crying and won't stop. So that includes our dog friends, I assume.
Oh,
Yep.
Oh
yeah.
God.
It's unclear about
What
the
about our-
birds, I would say.
Yeah. Okay.
They're half crying.
So I guess we're gonna hold a discussion about it. So why are all of the children and animals crying?
That starts with you, Adam.
And that goes to Adam.
Oh boy. Well, we did just let that new guy in, and he knew a lot of things he probably shouldn't have.
And Marty.
This is a punishment from our one true God for giving in to the temptation of this water abundance.
Oh God.
Wow.
That is some Mad Max shit.
Yep.
God loves thirst.
But we do have a red light district, so.
Yeah. All the children and animals are crying because it's freezing cold and there's not enough heat anywhere. Nobody's heat is working correctly.
Is it colder than most winters, or does it normally get this cold?
Colder than most.
Okay.
All of
According to the old timers.
Yeah.
according to the 300-year-old grandma.
Yeah,
Yep.
exactly.
The few remaining 300-year-old
Yeah,
grandmas.
yeah.
No, we have
Sorry,
a normal
sorry to
amount of
interrupt,
grandmas.
Jesse.
Oh, right, sorry.
Yeah.
I didn't specify earlier that the outsider was femme, so they use she/her pronouns, and the infection that she brought along with her disproportionately. So,
All right.
Steve, are you imagining more like a field hospital?
Field
like a
hospital,
temporary
yeah.
field hospital.
That's one
Nice.
thing. At least at first.
Yeah.
I mean, who knows what will happen later? But yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
And now, Jesse, your purification project finishes.
The purification project is lovely. It's very similar to the water purification project in Woodinville called Clearwater. It's like a bridge over the river, and it's got a series of filters so that there's nothing, like you don't have to pump in, you don't have to pump out. But this stranger from a strange land had super knowledge and was very specific and descriptive, and so the project just went really, really successfully. The waste from the filters is starting to build up, though, and so we don't necessarily have a solution for that yet.
Okay.
Nice.
Yeah.
All right. So that brings it to Adam's turn, right?
Yep.
I gotta take a quick restroom break, but I'll just.
Okay.
Yay!
This is good
Oh, is
timing
that it?
because
Oh, we
it's
did
the
it. Never
King of
mind.
Winter.
Oh.
Okay. So this.
Oh,
Yeah. So Adam,
that's never mind.
describe who or what the Frost Shepherds are, and why does it end this apparently peaceful year? And if you want to reach out for input, feel free to.
No.
It is your call who the Frost Shepherds are.
How descriptive do I need to be of what they are? Like, does it have to actually hit us, or is it like, can it be like literally just about to hit us?
It can be imminent or actually happening, but it has to be at least about to happen.
Right. So here's my thought: is that coming down the river, it pretty much collide, like another boat containing a dog comes down the river, and this dog does not look like it's doing well. We take it to the give it food, give it water, and the first thing it says when it wakes up is it followed us.
Nice.
All right.
Yeah.
Damn.
I want to leave it.
Cool. So I want to sum up quick. Do you want to go to the bathroom first, Steve? I just want to sum up kind of.
No, I can. I'm good. I can hold. Okay. I can wait.
Gotcha. So the projects that are left unfinished is a new field hospital to treat the infection that's making all the kids and animals sick, and the ore refinery that the alchemists are trying to use to purify the mysterious alchemically reactive ore that they mined up. Our resources as they stand. We have a scarcity of bees. Bees never came up, which I think is interesting. Scarcity of bees, labor, robots, exorcists, and trust and authority. We have a normal amount of humanoid bones, fruit, grandmas, and actually freshwater moved to abundant because that finished. We have an abundance of freshwater, non-humanoid bones, opiate plants, and bird people.
Bees came at once. There was that old man whose ancient crime was poisoning all the bees.
Yeah. So this is the world we will be playing in. I am certainly very excited.
Oh my god.
To see what the hell we do.
Man.
We have a dog mayor.
Yes.
Yes. We have a dog city council. We notably didn't say that they seized the mayorship. It doesn't mean we don't have a dog mayor, but I think by omission we don't.
Okay.
Yeah, so any last things people want to say, want to ask, want to clarify, or is this the end of our quiet year?
Guys, we're in a weird place.
I have some thoughts about what the ore can be refined into, but I haven't solidified anything yet in my head. So
Yeah.
I mean, if that's so,
about
if
that
there are
too.
projects ongoing as we enter the game,
Mhm.
like, do those, are Steve and I still like deciders of the field hospital and the refinery, or will we just, burn that bridge when we come to it within the game?
I think that's kind of left to the world. Like it'll either it'll come up in play if that's something that interests players, or it'll happen in the background if it's not, not
Great.
something that we pursue.
Cool.
Yeah, and there's something else I was going to say.
Don't forget to do the final clap.
Yes, thank you. That was it.
Mm.
That was it. All right. Can everyone bring time.is back up?
Yes.
Yes.
Now my time is exact. Oh, fine.
My clock is 2 seconds ahead.
Mine is 0.2 seconds ahead.
Mine is 0.0053 seconds behind.
Jeez.
All right. Is anybody not at time.is? Okay. Then let's clap at 35 seconds.
I need to refresh. We can't do 35 because
Okay.
mine keeps skipping 2 seconds.
Oh, gotcha. Okay. Yeah, go ahead and hit refresh and see if that fixes it.
Yeah, that's what I'm already on.
Gotcha.
It's also International Civil Aviation Day, which is important for bird folks. All right, I'm set up and it's right now 53. No, shit, 55.
It keeps moving.
Yeah, mine is having a really hard time keeping actual track.
Okay, then I will count up to 20 on mine, and Jesse, try to clap when I say 20.
Great.
Everyone else clap when you see 20. Right now it's 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20.
Okay.
Okay. I think that'll hopefully be pretty good.
Cool.
And yeah, so now at any point stop your Audacity recording.
Yes.
Save it, export as an MP3, and upload that MP3 to the shared drive. You don't have to do that right now, but that's if you could, like, within the week. If you can by the end of the weekend, that's great. And if you have any questions on how to do that, feel free to post in the Roll20, and or send a message in the Facebook group.
Can you post the link to the Google
yeah.
share? Maybe I'm already on it.
Yeah, if you have the questions to answer, it is if you I'll bring up the link again. I'll drop that.
You have a folder for test recording data. I guess Anthea made that.
We should that came along
Oh,
with
yeah.
this audio file. Is it possible that inside of the Google Drive we have folders for each episode, please?
Yes, thank you. That is a good idea. I will go ahead and make a folder for that now.
And sorry, I was poking around at Audacity. What format did you?
I believe that's all I will need to edit things. I don't think I need the whole Audacity project.
Okay, cool. Yeah, makes sense.
Okay, there should be a folder named Quiet Year and today's date. If you could drop them
Cool.
in there, please.
Awesome, thank you.
Yeah,
Working on it.
thank you all. I appreciate you being willing to try
That
this
was
thing out
fun.
and spend your Saturday.
That was
Yeah,
very fun. Oh my god.
I had.
That was so
Really
good.
good.
That was a really Quiet Year is always a ton of fun, I think, and this was particularly amazing.
It's always pretty
Yeah.
wild, and I love it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I like that Jesse and Marty had significantly more contempt than everyone else.
At a certain point.
Never spent any of mine.
it.
I kept wanting
Yeah.
to like have somebody vandalize the suburbs or something like that, but
Yeah.
never got around to it.
Yep.
Dang it.
All right. Well,
Anyway,
yeah, I'm gonna stop my recording.